102.
High school basketball is on the air. Eagle 102 sports coverage of high school hoops is brought to you by Abel's Quick Shops, Bank of Louisiana, Calumet of Missouri, Eolia Landscaping Supply, Hankey Construction, Bowling Green Chevrolet, the Bibb Beach Funeral Homes LLC, and Collier Funeral Home, Cellular and Satellite Center, Bowling Green Tractor, Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Community State Bank of Missouri, Kathy Clean, J&D Tire and Auto, Meyer Implement Company, County Market in Louisiana, Craig's Truck and Tractor Service, Quiver River Electric Cooperative, the Bowling Green Insurance Agency, Family Drug in Louisiana, the Bowling Green Pharmacy and Hearing Aid Center, by Ingram Plumbing, the Airyback Life Team, Liggins Flooring, Old Tops Pawn Shop, Midwest Pest Professionals, Mid-America Auto and Towing, the Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice, by State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, Outlaw Lawn and Landscaping, Pam Todd Watts Realty, People's Bank and Trust, Perkins Electrical Service, Young Enterprises Incorporated, All Parts in Louisiana, Pike County Mutual Insurance, B&B Automotive, Spring Hollow Coffee, the Mercantile Bank of Louisiana, Mike's Tire Service, by Pike County Memorial Hospital, and by Vicky Cadwallader Real Estate. Now, KJFM Radio presents coverage of high school basketball on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. And we're at Montgomery County High School tonight. Mark Cronick, Jim Ross getting ready for the Bowling Green Bobcats and the Montgomery County Wildcats. It's a varsity doubleheader in the EMO, and we'll start talking about it next on the pregame show on KJFM.
Hi, this is John. I'm one of the pharmacists you see at Bowling Green Pharmacy. We're right here with personal and prompt service, giving you the answers about your medications. You are always welcome to come in and just say hi. The right people, the right service, right downtown. Bowling Green Pharmacy on the square in Bowling Green.
Bank from anywhere with Bank of Louisiana's new Freedom Checking account. No minimum balance, no monthly fees, and free access to all of their mobile and online banking services. Bank on your own terms with Freedom Checking from Bank of Louisiana. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Home data rates may apply. Check with your carrier for details. Freedom Checking from Bank of Louisiana.
The staff at Pike County Health Department, Home Health and Hospice are your neighbors. Here are just a few of the programs they have to offer. Baby Basics, breastfeeding peer counseling, natural nurses, car seat safety, farm safety for kids, maternal and child health, safe sitter courses, and WIC, plus much more. Pike County Health Department is a not-for-profit organization as it is funded by tax dollars. So when you use their services, you're putting your tax dollars to keep up like Department Home Health and Hospice, located in Bowling Green.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. It's time now for the Eagle 102 pregame show, sponsored by Bowling Green Pharmacy.
And we are at Montgomery County High School tonight. Mark Cronick, Jim Ross getting ready for the Wildcats and the Bowling Green Bobcats. And Jim, this is one of those seasons, Bowling Green going through a bit of a rebuild, but they played at times very well. They were within 5 in a game against Highland at Highland, and then, there's other nights where they didn't play as well and picked up a win, a 1-point win over Wright City. So you never know what you're going to get for these Bowling Green Lady Cats today, but talking to Coach Craig Smith a little bit earlier, he says they're practicing a lot better. There's been some internal conversations with some of the veteran leadership of this team, and he thinks the stretch run is going to be a good one for this Bowling Green team.
Well, and this is a game that they could win. If they play well, take care of the basketball, and their challenge all year has been scoring points, and hopefully maybe over the break they've found somebody that can score, that's willing to take the lead. Talking about the upperclassmen and the conversations he's had with them, that's something that they're going to need. And if they can get that, they will win some games going down the stretch. And what better night to start than an EMO Conference matchup against Montgomery County.
Now Montgomery County picked up a couple of wins last week, taking third at the South Callaway tournament, beating
New Haven in the opening round and Harrisburg in that third-place game. It's a team that is going to look a little different than the one we saw on KJFM in the season-opening Montgomery County tournament. They've dealt with some injuries, a little beat up, and it's a team that's just not going to be quite as fast as that team we saw earlier.
They do have some size, though, that could cause some problems. They don't look, the big girls don't look real agile, but they will take up some space inside. And just watching the teams warm up, you can tell a lot. It's a little bit of a drive over here. Bowling Green's not looking real enthusiastic, and there's a little energy on the Montgomery County end of the court. So Bowling Green needs to get their motors going and get ready to go here before this game starts.
I only spent a week down here early on in the season, but this group of girls from Montgomery, they seem to really enjoy playing for Coach Basinger, and they do. Their warm-ups are always very spirited, but they're dealing with some issues, like I said, right off the bat with injuries and some adversity, so we'll see how they respond to that.
Well, they're 18 and younger girls, kids, and boys are the same way. You never know what they're going to get from one night to the next with kids that age anyway. You like to think that they're locked in and ready to go, but only time will tell.
We'll check out our keys to the game after this on Eagle 102.
It's the new year and a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. During the process, I'll work closely with your lender and other professionals to make it as effortless as possible. I'm here with you every step of the way, so when you're ready to buy or sell, call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Hi, this is John. I'm one of the pharmacists you see at Bowling Green Pharmacy. We're right here with personal and prompt service, giving you the answers about your medications. You are always welcome to come in and just say hi. The right people, the right service, right downtown. Bowling Green Pharmacy on the square in Bowling Green.
Bowling Green Insurance Agency can assist in all the insurance coverage you may need. With the proper insurance coverage, you can stop sweating the small stuff and enjoy life. Bowling Green Insurance Agency is one of the leading insurance agencies in the Pike County area. Give them a chance and they'll prove it. Call Fred Carlson and get a quote. Bowling Green Insurance Agency.
The Eagle 102 keys to the game.
Well, getting ready for Bowling Green and Montgomery. The girls' action first. And what are your keys for Bowling Green?
Well, find scoring. I mean, that's it. Take care of the basketball. We've seen them a number of times this year in the games that they've lost or not played well in. They haven't been able to score, and they haven't taken care of the basketball. So those are the two things for them. If they can do that and get some scoring and take care of the pressure, although you say Montgomery County is going to be a little slower tonight, maybe we won't see the pressure we normally see out of them. They should have a chance to win this game. And then, of course, they're going to have to get on the glass as well with what looks to be a little bit of a size advantage for Montgomery County.
Just talking to Coach Smith, his key is my key. They're practicing harder. That's got to translate into the game situations. They can't allow themselves to get Montgomery in their personal space too much. They need to find some open room and a path to the net.
Well, that's for sure. And sometimes transferring it from the practice court to the playing game court is a bit of a challenge. So we'll see how they traverse that little path there.
Those are our keys to the game. We'll check with the starting lineups after this on KJFM.
This is Beth Shannon from Community State Bank of Missouri, and I would like to take this opportunity to invite all Community State Bank Diamond Club members to join me for a getaway full of good music, lots of sightseeing, dinner with a songwriter, and great company. March 6th through the 9th, we will be traveling to Nashville, Tennessee. Reservations are available until February 1st. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank, member FDIC.
If you happen to find yourself looking for somewhere new to get your vehicle serviced, Pogue Ford in Bowling Green is here to remind you they can handle all brands of vehicles. However, if you have GM or Chrysler warranty, they will shuttle those to their sister Hannibal locations to make sure your warranty stays intact. Pogue Ford, serving the communities they call home. Pogue Ford, Business Highway 61 South in Bowling Green. They'll be there for you when the sun comes up.
Hi, this is John. I'm one of the pharmacists you see at Bowling Green Pharmacy. We're right here with personal and prompt service, giving you the answers about your medications. You are always welcome to come in and just say hi. The right people, the right service, right downtown. Bowling Green Pharmacy on the square in Bowling Green.
The Eagle 102 starting lineups on KJFM are brought to you by Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy.
And your starters for Montgomery County, they come into this ball game with a record of 8-5. They're coached by Joe Basinger, and will start a 5'7" sophomore, number 10, Samantha Quatham. Number 11 gets a start tonight, a 5'9" junior, Renee Finke. Number 22 gets a start, a 5'4" senior, Haley Johnson. Number 24, she's a junior at 5'9", Taylor Flake. And number 42, a 6'3" senior, Brooke Oden. So again, it's Quatham, Finke, Johnson, Flake, and Oden for Montgomery County. For Bowling Green, they're 3-9 and coached by Craig Smith, and they'll start number 11, a 5'9" senior, Madeline Norton. Number 12 gets a start tonight, a 6' sophomore, Grace Twellman. Number 22, a 6' senior, Kinley Charlton, gets a start tonight. Number 25, 5'11" senior, Morgan Billings. And number 42, a 5'11" freshman, Kaylin Womack, gets the start tonight. So again, for Bowling Green, it's Norton, Twellman, Charlton, Billings, and Womack, and they'll have Gracie Dieters coming off the bench as the sixth man tonight. So there's your starters for this ball game.
Montgomery County's 8-5 on the season. Bowling Green's 3-9. Of course, one little tip, if you're listening to us on the way over on 161, tap the brakes a little bit because the officers are out looking for you. I met two of them on the way across, but so be careful if you're not here yet. Joe Basinger, a familiar name to many around the area. He played on the state championship team for the Van Far Indians. And then, of course, Montgomery County on the boys' side has Scott Kreger coaching them. He played on the teams, really good teams that went to state for Ellsbury. So some familiar names on the coaching staffs of Montgomery County. Of course, the AD, Adam Falloon, who was the head football coach at Clopton. So they just Montgomery County's kind of raided East Missouri, haven't they, to bring their coaching staff and athletic directors across?
Well, Falloon came home is what he did. I mean, this is where he played his high school ball, and I guess maybe he raided by taking his wife with him, stealing her from Clopton. But, just one of those things. You got to go with who you love, I guess. Unless you're the Streeds, and then you know.
It generally helps to go with one you love.
Yeah. If you're the Streeds, you stay at Bowling Green and Clopton and just kind of cheer each other on from afar.
I see the court. They've named it the Bill Ballou and Jim Snell Court. If you're not familiar with those guys, they were coaches over here. Bill Ballou, the head coach, going back to when they won the state championship. Jim was the assistant coach at the time and actually coached the girls once the girls program started. The banner is a 71-72 banner here. First championship games in the state of Missouri I ever went to was to watch Montgomery County play basketball at Brewer Fieldhouse. You know where Brewer Fieldhouse is?
Not
University
a clue.
of Missouri? Yeah.
No.
Yeah, at the University of Missouri, where they used to play before the Hearn Center was built. Around the floor, the floor was normal, wood floor, but around the floor where the bleachers were, it was dirt. Dirt, yep. It wasn't.
And that's big-time college basketball.
Back in 1970s, it was. Late 60s, early 70s. Shortly thereafter, they built the Hearn Center and, of course, moved there. But the Martine brothers, and I remember that game just like it was yesterday, watching them play over at Brewer Fieldhouse in Columbia. And, of course, Bill Ballou and Jim Snell, big factors and all that, and big names here at Montgomery City.
You know, that's one of the perks of this job is being able to call a game, and learn the history of the names on the floor, and then get into the postseason with some of these great athletes and call a game from the Hearn Center or from JQH Arena or Mizzou Arena. We've been a lot of places the last several years. Kind of a embarrassment of riches.
We've been very fortunate to cover really good basketball teams, and it always seems like somebody shows up at the end of the season. Doesn't it? Who's it going to be this year? That's the question.
That's always the question. We'll take a break, come back with tip-off after this on Eagle 102.
Get connected to a fast-paced world with Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, an authorized U.S. cellular dealer, along with Dish Network, DirecTV, Viasat, and HughesNet high-speed internet packages. Cellular and Satellite Center also carries a variety of TVs and accessories and installs security systems. Get connected today with Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
People's Bank and Trust mobile banking app gives you the convenience of banking from anywhere. Simply download the free app for your Android or Apple device and get started managing your accounts, transferring funds, paying bills, and depositing checks. People's Bank and Trust online at www.pbtc.net. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Eagle 102 Sports on KJFM is brought to you by Hinky Construction, Midwest Pest Professionals, and Perkins Electrical Services.
National anthem here at Montgomery County High School. The JV games being played in the new gym, the middle school gym down the hall, which is a beautiful facility. But just the seating on one side, they've decided to keep the tradition and play the varsity games here in the old brick and mortar gym.
Yeah, this place. There's been some. If these walls could talk, you've heard that saying. There's been a lot of good basketball games over the years, and they've had a tournament here for quite some time, going back to the late 70s, early 80s, and that thing seems to get bigger and bigger every year. So, as I said, a lot of good basketball in the old gym, if you will. They've spruced it up a little bit, got new bleachers, some paint on the wall, and logos and stuff all around, so it looks nice. It's just that the floor is not as big as you're used to seeing in the new floors this day and age in the new gyms, new facilities.
Now, going back to the Montgomery County tournament, the Bowling Green semifinal game that they played here against Fulton, probably the best buy-in of a game plan that I've seen in quite a while, and one of the best defensive games I've seen in quite a while, when Bowling Green was able to take down that really big, talented young Fulton team.
Yeah, without a question. And, we'll talk a lot about the boys as we move forward, but major implications of this boys game in terms of conference championship, and we'll discuss that in the pregame of the boys contest. But glad to have you with us, Jim Ross, Mark Froelich. If you're just joining us, we're about ready to go with the girls' game with the Bowling Green Lady Bobcats. They're in our road black jerseys.
Yeah, what do you think of the uniforms?
I like those black jerseys. The numbers show up really good, with white numbers and red trim. Montgomery County in their home whites with blue numbers and maybe some black trim around it, and we're about ready to go.
The only thing that is an issue for me is Madeline Norton's on her jersey, the way she wears her uniform, she just plays for bowling. Green is tucked in.
Yeah.
And with the ball is Womack. She scoops it down low, no one there, but they say it was tipped out of bounds, and it'll stay with Bowling Green with 7:46 to play in the first.
A little bit of a different look in the starting lineup for Bowling Green since the last game that I broadcast anyway, so we'll see how these younger girls fare in their starting role.
Here's Norton with it, and they're going to call an offensive foul.
A little forearm shiver there. Madeline was caught, and she'll pick up her first and the team's first.
It looked like she got mostly air with that, but I guess it's the intent. So the turnover gives it to Montgomery. Just 23 seconds into this ball game, they come to the near side with it for Haley Johnson. Back up top and around to Quatham. Now she goes back to the point and gets it back into the corner now for number 24, Taylor Flake. Down low to the post. That shot rolls off the back iron. Putback is good. And right off the bat, Brooke Oden puts Montgomery ahead.
Well, there's that size we talked about, and Bowling Green's stuck in a zone and a steal.
They get another rebound, and another putback is good. That time it was number 24, Taylor Flake. Bowling Green the other way. Clear path. They pass up the shot. Now it's a steal for Montgomery.
Well, we talked about taking care of the basketball. 3 trips, 3 turnovers by Bowling Green so far.
Into the corner now for Flake. Kick it back up for Quatham. Quatham a good young ball player for Montgomery County.
Bowling Green in the 2-3 zone, going to try and cover up inside. As they lob it inside, Montgomery turns it over.
Loose ball picked up by Madeline Norton. She takes it across the line, down to the baseline. And kick out from Charlton now to the near side for Twellman. Her shot a little bit long, and the rebound grabbed by Flake. Back up the floor quickly with a long pass through the lane. Shot a little too hard off the glass for Johnson. Now the putback is good again.
Quatham with the bucket there for Montgomery County.
Her first 2 points tonight. Now 2 passes, and Twellman has it. She slows down. It was a 2-on-1 momentarily. Now a long 2 is short. Rebound off number 25 for Bowling Green. Morgan Billings and out of bounds, but they say Montgomery had a touch in there as well.
Well, once again, Bowling Green having trouble on the offensive end, finding somebody willing to take the shot, step up and take the open shot.
Twellman inbound, gets it far side for Norton. Norton tries the baseline, kicks it out. Here's Womack, a long 2. It kicks out, and long rebound grabbed by Finke for Montgomery County. She thought about the 3, now goes to Quatham into the corner on the far side for Flake. She drops it down low. That shot partially blocked, and Bowling Green will come up with it. Womack gets it ahead to Norton. She goes in 1-on-3 all the way to the basket, and she's fouled. Shot didn't make it much above her head, but heavy contact as she went in against 3 defenders.
Foul will be on Haley Johnson, her first and the team's first.
Both teams with a foul, and the first shot is no good for Madeline Norton, so still 0 on the scoreboard for Bowling Green. They trail by 6.
Liv Niemeyer in for Bowling Green. Womack will take a seat.
2 minutes, 29 seconds gone. The second shot a little bit long, and the rebound uncontested for Taylor Flake. She hands it off for Renee Finke, who brings it across the time stripe for Montgomery. To the far side now for Meredith Rogers. Rogers back for Johnson to the near side now. They drop it into the middle. Turnaround shot, and that one's good for Taylor Flake. And a timeout taken on the floor by Bowling Green. 5:13 to go. Opening quarter, 8-0 run to start the game for Montgomery on Eagle 102.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Family Drug is your locally owned pharmacy, and their pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because just like you, they support their community. Family Drug, locally owned and hometown proud on Georgia Street in Louisiana.
Hey, this is Ryan with Mid-America Auto and Towing in Bowling Green, and we've got the lot looking good and ready to go. We've got something for everybody's budget. We have a constant rotation of new inventory, including cars, trucks, and SUVs. So if you're out and you're looking for a new car, come by and see me. Mid-America Auto and Towing, just off Highway 54 in Bowling Green, is a one-stop shop. Like us on Facebook or check out our website, midamericaautoandtowing.com.
High school sports on KJFM is brought to you by Pike County Mutual Insurance, Pogue Ford, and Bank of Louisiana.
After the timeout, Bowling Green with it. Norton on the near point. She's doubled, takes it all the way back to the line, gets it off to Twellman on the far point. To the baseline, and dribbling out is Morgan Billings. Bounce pass back for Grace Twellman. Twellman backs up. Pretty good pressure from this Montgomery County. Looks like a zone.
Yeah, they're playing a 1-3-1 zone and able to spread out, and that's covering the wings and giving Bowling Green problems penetrating with the entry pass.
To the free throw line, they kick it back. Here's Madeline Norton. She dribbles to the free throw line. Shot misses everything, goes out of bounds. Back to Montgomery. 4:20 remaining, and into the ball game, Gracie Dieters for the first time. So that answers our question off air.
Yeah. Dieters has got some aggressiveness in her. We'll see if she can help penetrate this zone.
And maybe Coach just trying to give a little responsibility to some of the upperclassmen. Not rely on the freshmen to score all the points. To the far side with it. They'll try a 3 from the corner. It's short. And the rebound goes through 3 players and picked up by Bowling Green. Norton back the other way. All the way to the hoop. Too hard off the glass, and the rebound this time picked up by Josie Sexton.
Got a good look that time, just couldn't get it to go.
Coach Basinger, 3 freshman call-ups for this game. We'll see if they get in the action before long. Actually, one of them getting ready to check in. That's Carson Flake. That shot, no good, and the rebound pulled down by Dieters for Bowling Green. Grace across the line, bounce pass to the far side for Madeline Norton, and they'll set up to the near side for Morgan Billings. Billings back up top for Dieters. Dieters goes to the far side for Norton. Norton trapped in a double team, and it's taken away. 1-on-2. That shot blocked. Good job blocking it by, was that Charlton? 22 for the Lady Cats. And wholesale changes for both teams as Briley Sparks comes in. Who else checked in for the Bobcats?
Womack returned.
And the freshman Flake came in.
Quatham returns, as does...
Here's a 3 from the top, and that's good for number 24, Taylor Flake. So both Flakes in there, and it's an 11-0 run to start the game for Montgomery. Bowling Green needs a basket desperately here in the early going. Dribbling out of the corner with it, back up to Briley Sparks. Sparks, her first touch tonight for Dieters. Out of the top for Morgan Billings. Billings gives it off to Sparks. Turn around to Womack, and the ball taken away from her. Sexton picks it up. Now a long pass ahead. Too deep, and now we're going to have a push. And looking like she's a little shaken up on the play was Taylor Flake.
Meredith Rogers joined the crowd for Montgomery County during that last break.
Carson Flake inbounds up to the top for Taylor. She's going to try another 3, and she sinks it. No one out there.
Well, the defense came up and took a look at her and then backed off. She's got 10 points. You can't back off of her, that's for sure.
On the near point is Morgan Billings. She dribbles out top. Over to the far side for Dieters. Free throw line to Womack. And back. And stripped of the ball is Dieters as she tried to cut the lane. And here comes Montgomery again, trying to add to their 14-0 lead. Turnaround shot, Sexton. She'll head to the line.
Well, not the way Coach Craig Smith drew it up. And we talked a little bit about the energy of the look of him before the game started. And that's kind of the way it's played out as Bowling Green's turned it over 6 times here in the early going. Foul was on Billings, her first, team's third.
And to the line is Josie Sexton. She misses the first. And substitutions for both sides. Back into the ballgame, Kinley Charlton and Madeline Norton. Womack and Billings check out for Bowling Green.
Renee Finke in. Taylor Flake will take a seat for Montgomery. And this free throw's good. Brooke Oden will return as well, but it's no good.
Rebound picked up by Kinley Charlton. Back across the stripe. Here's Dieters for 3, and Bowling Green's on the board.
Boy, they needed that in the worst way.
Gracie Dieters with the tray, and it's 14-3. Minute 20 to go in the first quarter. Montgomery with the ball. Here's Flake. That's Carson back up top now for Meredith Rogers. Rogers to the near side for Renee Finke. Finke pumps it over to the far side. No one at the corner as the freshman Flake unleashed that pass. Turnover gives it back to Bowling Green.
Second turnover of the game for Montgomery County, so a chance for Bowling Green to cut into this 11-point lead with a minute to play here in the first.
Sexton out, Oden back in for Montgomery. And here's Briley Sparks with it. Caught in a double team. Heavy contact, no fouls called. And now a bad pass from Dieters gives it back to Montgomery. They'll kick it up top. Flake over to the far side, now into the corner for Quatham. Quatham comes out, kicks it out for Rogers. Rogers has her pass intercepted. And back the other way is Norton. 1-on-2. Kicks it across the lane to Dieters. Her shot too hard off the glass. And the rebound pulled down by Carson Flake for Montgomery. Flake caught in a double team, kicks it out for a 3. That one about a about as straight as a three-pointer as you'll ever shoot.
Not a lot of arch, but Renee Finke drains it nonetheless.
Third three hitting this opening quarter by Montgomery. Here's Norton with 4 seconds to go to Dieters. Ball fake, puts up a wild shot. It misses everything, goes out of bounds as time expires here in the first. All Montgomery County, 17-3. They lead Bowling Green after the opening 8 minutes on Eagle 102.
It's good to aim high, and sports can help children reach their goals. Join Pike County Mutual Insurance in Bowling Green and Farm Mutual Insurance in supporting local athletes. Be sure to catch all the action this sports season. Pike County Mutual Insurance salutes young local athletes and wishes them well. And they look forward to protecting these young adults with strong insurance coverage during what is sure to be a bright future. Pike County Mutual Insurance in Bowling Green.
Hi, folks. This is Eric Schaefer. With sports season upon us, be treated like the pros. If your athlete has experienced an injury during a game or practice, let our experienced sports medicine team at Pike County Memorial Hospital Physiotherapy Department get them back to play. We have 2 locations to better serve our community. Pike County Memorial Hospital Physiotherapy and Sports Medicine in Louisiana and Bowling Green. Pike County Memorial Hospital. Community owned, nationally known.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Start of the second quarter in Montgomery. That was an impressive opening 8 minutes.
Yeah, it was. They took care of the basketball, turned it over 3 times. But the thing for Bowling Green, the old John Wooden saying was be quick but don't hurry. Bowling Green's just in a hurry. They get down here and you can just see they're trying to get in a hurry. And they've made some ill-advised passes. They've missed some shots right underneath the basket. And as a result, they trail by 14 as we start the second.
And it seems like the least bit of pressure, and they're trying to make some unbelievable highlight reel pass.
High-risk pass might be a better description.
Yeah. Bowling Green gets a rebound. Here's Dieters with it to the near side for Sparks. Sparks from the high blocks kicks it back to Dieters, now Norton. Madeline Norton from the center circle gives it off to Briley Sparks on the near point. Quatham all over her, gets a nice pick. They go to the baseline. That shot over everything by Kinley Charlton and into the waiting arms of Haley Johnson for Montgomery. To the near side for number 30, Bailey Fisher. Now back to Finke. To Fisher again. She gives up her dribble into a double team. Able to get away with a pass to the far side. Now it goes off a Montgomery foot and picked up by Bowling Green. And out of bounds is Grace Dieters on the far side.
Back-to-back turnovers.
Here's Quatham with it. Into the corner now for Fisher. Down low, they can't get the runner from Quatham. And here comes Bowling Green. Norton to the near side for Dieters. Gracie, ball fake, now goes baseline. Floater, hits the rim, rolls off into a tie-up. And it's going to be Bowling Green ball. And it's good strength there from Kinley Charlton against the much bigger Brooke Oden.
Brooke Oden, 6'3", senior.
Kick it down low for Charlton. Her shot off the glass is good. Kinley Charlton with her first 2 of the night.
Need to get the senior going. That's a good start here in the second quarter.
The lead for Montgomery is a dozen. With it on the near point is Haley Johnson. Kick it back out to Quatham for 3. Her 3's a little long. And the rebound pulled down by Charlton. And here comes Bowling Green back up the floor. Madeline Norton tussles her hair a couple of times on the way up the floor. Gets it to Dieters. Her shot rolls in. Grace Dieters has 5.
Cut into that 14-point lead down to 10 now. It's 17-7.
Now the ball knocked out of bounds by Dieters away from Quatham. And Montgomery will keep possession. Out of the ball game is Fisher and Oden for Montgomery. And with it is Finke just back in.
Along with Haley Johnson.
That 3 about 6 inches off the mark.
That was just one of those, I don't have anywhere else to go with it. I'll just chuck up a 3.
Maybe a pass off glass. Here's the three for Bowling Green off the glass is good. Madeline Norton with the tray. Make it 17-10. Good little run by Bowling Green. Montgomery takes a timeout. 5:32 to go in the first half on Eagle 102.
The Mercantile Bank in Louisiana says now's the time to sign up for online banking and bill pay. With online banking, you can bank day or night from your home, office, or anywhere with internet access. Check account balances, view checks, and much more. Stop in today to learn more at the Mercantile Bank, downtown Louisiana. Your hometown bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service. But did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
Eagle 102 Sports on KJFM is brought to you by Outlaw Lawn and Landscaping, Young Enterprises Incorporated, Crossroads General Store, and the Twin Pike Family YMCA.
Good little run, 7-0 for Bowling Green to start the second quarter.
Exactly, cut into that 14-point lead. Now just keep it going. They've sucked into this zone, and Montgomery County's cooled off from three-point land, and that's helped the cause.
Back up top and around to Quatham. Kicks it down to the baseline, now into the middle of the lane. Sexton's shot's no good, but they're going to call a foul and send Josie Sexton to the line.
Foul's going to be on Wymick, her first. And a two-shot opportunity for Josie Sexton, where she's over 2 so far tonight.
And the first shot is good. That ends the Bowling Green run and increases the lead to 8. Second shot, that one's good as well.
Here comes full court pressure again by Montgomery.
There's Dieters as they break it with 2 passes now to the baseline, and it's knocked away from Kaylin Womack. And they're going to call a foul on Samantha Quatham. And Bowling Green's been wanting that for a while.
Yeah, that'll be her first. Team second.
Dieters kicks it all the way out. And around now to Norton. She takes it between the circles. Bothered. And now a floater off the glass. She's working that glass here in the second quarter.
2 in a row. You got to call those eventually, don't you?
Yeah. Back up top of the round to the far side for Quatham. Into the corner now for Flake. Across to the near side for Samantha Quatham. Quatham bounce pass into the corner, and all sorts of trouble there, so they'll kick it back out. Here's a 3, and that one's long. Rebound, put back, and that one's good for Taylor Flake. Flake.
Just a long rebound that time, and the taller Flake able to grab the rebound over the Bowling Green defender who had good box-out position that time.
Quickly the other way, a couple of cross-court passes, and it's knocked out of bounds by Montgomery. And for Bowling Green is Liv Niemeyer.
Well, those cross-court passes are what got Bowling Green in trouble with the turnovers in the first quarter. Need to be aware of that.
Back out top for Madeline Norton. Norton off the glass again for 3.
Get out of here. That's illegal. 3 in a row off the glass. She's got 8, though. And the lead's down to 6.
21-15, midway point of the second quarter here from Montgomery County. They work at center of the lane through Sexton. Back out for the 3, and that one's good. From the near side, Taylor Flake is having herself a night.
Yes, she is. Having herself a first half.
Breaking the press. They go off the glass, and that one is good for Morgan Billings on a 6-footer.
Now we got a little up and down basketball action going here.
Pace has definitely picked up. They work it to Quatham. Into the far corner now for Flake. Flake's 3 off the mark this time. Rebound tipped out and grabbed by Sexton. They'll try another 3 top of the key, and we're going to have 3 foul shots as Dieters came out and took the legs out from under the shooter.
Yeah, she got a bit of a head of steam going on the defensive side and tried to put on the brakes to no avail. And Flake will go to the line, or check that Finke will go to the line and shoot 3 shots.
And the first one is good. They Makes it 25-17. 3:24 to go in the quarter. Second one good as well.
12 on a return. Dieters will take a seat. Back in for Montgomery County.
That was Gracie's second foul.
Hannah Broniak is in, as well as Oden returns.
And she missed the third one. Rebound goes to the far side, and it's going to stay with Montgomery. That's a big break for the Wildcats.
Got to corral those rebounds on a missed free throw for sure.
I'll kick it out and restart with Taylor Flake. Flake puts the ball on the floor and now throws it out of bounds. Back to Bowling Green.
Lead back up to 9 for Montgomery County. 3:15 to play in the half.
Slowly up the floor with it is Madeline Norton. Now a pass to Twellman on the far side. Kicks it back out for Morgan Billings. Billings holds it at her hip. Now gives it to Twellman on the near point. She works to the free throw line. Her shot off the mark. Rebound. Got loose for a second, then picked up by Taylor Flake. Long pass ahead. In, out, three ball is off the mark for Montgomery. Oden the rebound, and they kick it out to Johnson. Will reset over to the far side for Flake. Flake back up top. It's a Flake in the corner again. Now Oden, turnaround shot. That's off the glass and in. And a foul.
Mercy, the bank is open tonight. Foul's going to be on Niemeyer, her first. And the team's sixth.
Quatham comes back in. Dieters comes back in. Checking out is Renee Finke and Madeline Norton for Bowling Green.
Well, and Caitlin Womack just walked into the game, avoiding the necessary stop at the scores table. But the officials hollered at her, and they're going to let them play on.
Ball off the missed free throw is picked up. Where's the traveling call? Twellman rolled over about 3 times on the floor. No travel.
Scrum half rules apply there.
She did the curly shuffle is what she did. Here's Twellman with it on the offensive for Bowling Green. Bounce pass back out to Morgan Billings. Billings starts her dribble, gets away from her, and it's picked up by Montgomery, and we're going to have a foul on Liv Niemeyer. And a 1-and-1 coming for Montgomery County.
So Liv picks up 2 real quick. And to the line will be freshman Hannah Broniak.
And Coach Basinger really liked the energy that the 3 freshmen he just added to the lineup are bringing to the varsity team. Missed the front half, and the putback is good for Brooke Oden.
Another rebound on the free throws. No block out for the Bobcats.
Lead back up to 13 for Montgomery after Bowling Green had cut it to 7. Bounce pass out high for Morgan Billings. Billings bounce for Dieters. Dieters on the near point, back to Billings. Center of the lane, the ball is tipped and taken away. Quatham tipped it, and Flake completed the steal. Bob pass to Oden. Oden got away with a little step there. Her shot rolls off, no good. And on the rebound, Taylor Flake gets into a Bowling Green player, and the ball will go the other way.
Over the back foul that time on Flake. Her first, team's third.
Charlton and Norton back in for the Lady Cats. Twellman and Niemeyer take a seat.
Bailey Fisher, freshman from Montgomery County, gets her first minutes of the night as well as Flake will take a seat.
Norton to the far side for Dieters. Dieters kicks it back out to the near side now for Norton. Norton to Dieters again at the top of the key. Kick it down. Back. Here's another 3. That one's just off the mark for Madeline Norton. Put back no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds. So Bowling Green had the last touch, but they're going to keep possession.
Womack with a good offensive rebound, but her putback was partially blocked that time.
Dieters to inbound. And they come to the near side for Madeline Norton. Norton drops it back in. Charlton's shot is blocked, and Fisher picks up the loose ball. Quatham back the other way. Pass ahead. They'll kick it back to Quatham to the far side now for Broniak. Now Fisher. That shot just offline. And the rebound off of Quatham. Out of bounds back to Bowling Green. And back in the ball game is Liv Niemeyer.
Womack will take a seat. 41 ticks to play in the first half. 30-17 Montgomery.
Halftime report coming up. Norton, who just plays for Bowling, with that shirt tucked in tight. Bowling above the numbers, Green below. And sometimes the shirt's a little long for some players. She has it again. Madeline Norton to the far side. Weaving her way through the lane. Shot kind of forced up, but Bowling Green gets the loose ball. Down to 12 seconds. Back to Dieters. Dieters over to the far side for Charlton. Her shot. Can't sneak that one in. Tip up, no good. Fisher can't get the loose ball. Goes to the floor, and we're going to have a tie-up with 1.6 seconds to go.
And Montgomery County will get it on the alternating arrow, and we'll have to do something dramatic here in the final 1.6.
What that means is Bowling Green will have it to start the second half.
There you have it.
Here's Fisher to inbound. Has to go the length of the floor with 1.6. Here's Quatham. Her shot blocked as time expires. And we've played two here at Montgomery County. It's the Lady Wildcats leading the Bowling Green Lady Cats 30-17 after 16 minutes. And the halftime report's coming up next on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 halftime report is coming up, sponsored by Cellular and Satellite Center.
With winter weather upon us, remember One Multi-Sports Complex in Bowling Green is your warm, dry place to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green to schedule your appointment and inquire about memberships. One Multi-Sports Complex, just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
Abel's Quick Shops introduces the new Shell Fuel Rewards credit cards, now with even more ways to save with two great reward programs. Choose the Shell Fuel Rewards card or the Shell Fuel Rewards MasterCard and save 10 cents per gallon up to 20 gallons every fill-up, plus rebates on non-fuel purchases. Sign up at shell.us/get rewards from Abel's Quick Shops. We're just down the road.
Hi, folks. My name is Cody Kirkendall. See Mike's Tire and Service Center in Bowling Green for all your automotive and tire needs. Mike's features 24-hour tire service, and when it's time to replace those tires, Mike's has great deals on several brands, ensuring they have the perfect tire for your vehicle. Mike's Tire and Service Center additionally offers alignments, tune-ups, oil changes, struts, state and DOT inspections. Mike's Tire and Service Center, Business 61 North in Bowling Green.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. It's now time for the Eagle 102 halftime report, sponsored by Cellular and Satellite Center.
Well, a good start to the second quarter for Bowling Green, but Montgomery found a remedy for that and was able to build their lead back up by the end of the first half.
Yeah, terrible start for the Cats. Got down 14-0 right out of the gate. Then, as you said, fought back, a little 7-0 run, got it down to 7. But methodically, I guess would be a good way to put it, Montgomery County stretched it back out to 13 as we go to the locker room at half.
As you say, the bank was open there for a while for Madeline Norton. She hit 3 bank shots, 2 of them from beyond the arc. And that really fueled that Bowling Green resurgence there to start the second quarter. But they got a hand out there and got her a little bit frustrated. Wasn't open that look for her there in the final 4 minutes, and they were able to build back up that lead a little bit.
She led them in scoring, did Madeline Norton. She had 8, 5 for Gracie Dieters, 2 each for Morgan Billings and Kinley Charlton. They were 0 for 2 from the free throw line. 10 turnovers in the first half. They did not lead in that first half. For Montgomery County, Taylor Flake was the show. She had 15, 3 threes of that 15. 6 for Brooke Oden, 5 for Renee Finke, and 2 each for Josie Sexton and Samantha Quatham. They were 4 for 7 from the free throw line, turned it over 5 times, and their biggest lead of the game was right out of the gate. They led it 14-0, and that's their biggest lead. They lead it now at half, 30-17.
And they had a lot more than 2 chances from the free throw line in that first half. Winning that battle, we're able to avoid taking the fouls, even with some good pressure on the defensive end, and forced Bowling Green to kind of take those ticky-tack ones down low in the first half and not get to the free throw line.
Well, and 10 turnovers is a factor of that.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get to the rim and in the paint and pick up those fouls if you're turning it over before you get there, and that's what we saw. I mean, they actually calmed down a little bit in the second quarter. They only had 3 turnovers in the second quarter, 7 in the first, so they kind of calmed things in the second quarter. But those 7 turnovers to start the game got them into a deep hole at 14-0, which they haven't been able to fight out of just yet.
And, Flake is making the headlines tonight with 15, but a player like Samantha Quatham, just a sophomore, she is quick and a hard body to move. And when Bowling Green did have numbers, it was 1 or 2 or 3 Montgomery players getting back and getting in position and forcing the younger, smaller Bowling Green players to kind of curl off. They didn't have that lane to the net, or were scared to take it into contact.
Right, and as Bowling Green got back into the game, they had it's one of the most basic things that happened 2 times. Block out on the free throw. They had 2 free throw opportunities that Montgomery County missed and got the offensive rebound and subsequently scored points off of it. And you just can't have that when you're trying to fight your way back from a 14-0 deficit. So I'm sure Coach Craig Smith will address those things in the locker room here at half, and we'll see how things transpire in the second half.
30-17 after 2. We'll talk more about it when we continue the halftime report after this on Eagle 102.
Get connected to a fast-paced world with Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, an authorized U.S. cellular dealer, along with Dish Network, DirecTV, Viasat, and HughesNet high-speed internet packages. Cellular and Satellite Center also carries a variety of TVs and accessories and install security systems. Get connected today with Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
Brown's Smokehouse Meats in Silex can help with all your meat processing, retail, wholesale, and custom butchering. Vernon and Judy Brown are the owners and operators of Brown's Smokehouse Meats, Highway 61 in Silex. Brown's Smokehouse Meats also invite you to stop by their retail location in Troy at 185 East Cherry Street. For all your smokehouse meats, deer processing, and homemade sausage, be sure to visit Brown's Smokehouse Meats, Silex and Troy.
It's the new year and a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. During the process, I'll work closely with your lender and other professionals to make it as effortless as possible. I'm here with you every step of the way, so when you're ready to buy or sell, call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Eagle 102 Sports on KJFM is brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, County Market in Louisiana, and Bowling Green Insurance.
Well, Gracie Dieter's wearing a pretty good number tonight. 33 now belongs to a Hall of Famer, right?
It sure does. Larry Walker, a longtime Colorado Rocky and a St. Louis Cardinal for a period of time, and one of the game's best practical jokers, as the stories go. Finally got into the Hall of Fame. I think this was his last year, wasn't it? He without going into the Veterans Committee. And, of course, Derek Jeter, first ballot guy, one vote short of being a unanimous selection. And I saw a couple tweets on social media that whoever it was that didn't vote for Jeter should lose their voting rights.
Obviously a Red Sox fan. Obviously.
Fair enough. It's good to see that Walker gets in. I don't know. They had a bunch of the Cardinals back last year, and they got him into the booth during the game, and oh my gosh, Walker he's just a card, boy. He is entertaining as they come, and he was a great player. If I remember right, didn't he turn his helmet around backwards one time when he was batting in an All-Star game or something? And
I think Kruk did that
Kruk
first.
did it. Kruk switched over to the right side and batted on the right side, but I think Walker just turned his helmet around one time. So yeah, he's not. He's one of those guys that you just love to play with.
Yeah. He wasn't the one that ate the hot dog. That was Berkman that ate a hot dog in right field. But yeah, Larry Walker, his time with the Cardinals, I was excited with that signing. That was one of those late season Walt Jocketty moves.
Right.
We got Will the Thrill Clark,
yeah.
and he came back from the dead to be a contributor for the Cardinals. Larry Walker, kind of the same thing. He had all the back issues in his late seasons with Colorado, and then becomes a Cardinal, and all of a sudden he's all-star quality again.
And I guess now I saw this at lunch today when I was looking through some stuff. Everybody. Not everybody, a lot of people criticize anybody from Colorado and their offensive statistics because of the altitude. I guess somebody has built an algorithm where you can plug in their stats and change the configurations of the stadium, and it'll do whatever an algorithm does and spit out some stats. And his stats were still Hall of Fame level once the algorithm did all that stuff at an average atmosphere and average size stadium. So congratulations to Larry Walker. Now the big question is, will he go in as a Rocky, as a Cardinal, or will he split in half? He's got to go as a Rocky.
Yeah, he's got to go in as a Rocky. But hopefully maybe we can swing this into a trade for another Rocky star. And,
you're dreaming.
not going to happen?
That pocketbook is zip closed right now for the Cardinals.
Interesting. Take a quick break, come back with third quarter action as Montgomery leads Bowling Green 30-17 after 2 on Eagle 102.
With winter weather upon us, remember one multi-sports complex in Bowling Green is your warm, dry place to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green to schedule your appointment and inquire about memberships. One multi-sports complex, just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
This is Beth Shannon from Community State Bank of Missouri, and I would like to take this opportunity to invite all Community State Bank Diamond Club members to join me for a getaway full of good music, lots of sightseeing, dinner with a songwriter, and great company. March 6th through the 9th, we will be traveling to Nashville, Tennessee. Reservations are available until February 1st. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank, member FDIC.
Hi, this is John. I'm one of the pharmacists you see at Bowling Green Pharmacy. We're right here with personal and prompt service, giving you the answers about your medications. You are always welcome to come in and just say hi. The right people, the right service, right downtown. Bowling Green Pharmacy on the square in Bowling Green.
High school sports on KJFM is brought to you by Pam Todd Watts Realty, Quiver River Electric Cooperative, and All Parts.
Bowling Green with the ball to start the second half of this ball game. Tolman inbound. She kicks it out to Norton. Norton's going to try a three right off the bat. It's a little long this time. And the rebound pulled down by Taylor Flake for Montgomery. Long pass ahead. They kick it down low to Oden. That's a pretty play. Good lean from Oden to get her first points of the second half, 8 in the game. Here's a three for Twellman. It's about a foot off to the left, and the rebound pulled down easily by Taylor Flake. Montgomery with back-to-back possessions really off of bad Bowling Green shots. Lob pass to Oden on the baseline, kicks it back to Flake. She goes off the glass and in.
Nice little high-low look that time, and good interior passing by the Lady Wildcats. And the lead's 17 now, the biggest of the game.
Here's Grace Twellman to the high blocks, kicks it down. Back out. From the free throw line, that shot is good for Morgan Billings. She's got 4. Back the other way, Montgomery to the near side for Quatham. Quatham tied up. And it's going to favor Montgomery this time with 6:37 to go in the third quarter. Still have boys action coming up. As right now, the Bowling Green boys fans down in the middle school gym for the JV game. Quatham had the rebound, but goes off her hand out of bounds. And Bowling Green gets it back.
Not a real big fan of that. That cuts down on your crowds in the varsity games, and you'd like to see close to full houses if you can.
Well, you know what?
Saves on travel, I guess, though.
Indeed, and those folks that are in the middle school gym can pull up the feed on KJFM Eagle102.net.
There you have it.
So they can watch both games at once as that one's out of bounds. It'll stay with Bowling Green with 6:09 to play here in the third.
That's what I like about you. You're always thinking.
And they may even have our feed up on the big screens outside the middle school gym. They got some huge TVs out in the commons areas. That one is in.
Maddie Norton, give her 10 for the game. Now you're stretching it a little bit.
But they had us up the entire Montgomery tournament.
Is that right?
Yes, they did. So it was just beyond the scoreboard. A little bit of a delay so I could actually watch the replay. And Bowling Green gets a loose ball, and they're back on the offensive. Here's Norton. She pulls up from about 10. Her shot's no good, and Oden just tall and then gets tangled up, and it's going to be Kinley Charlton picking up a personal.
Actually, one of those excuse me fouls is she just kind of lost her footing and fell into the knees of Oden and was whistled for the foul.
Is she that tall? I think it was the ankles. Oden's
Okay.
pretty tall.
Okay, fair enough.
Here's Bowling Green or Montgomery with the ball to the near side. Stuck was Meredith Rogers, but she got it back. To the far side. They work it down low, and now we're going to have a foul. And it's on Kaylin Womack.
That'll be her second. And to the charity stripe will be Josie Sexton.
We got packed in for a second. I got claustrophobic, had to stand up.
Yeah. Glad you could stand up. I'm pinned in here like a sardines in a can. If I get up, I may take everything with me.
I did that at a softball game at Louisiana earlier this year.
That's not a good look because both free throws are good. It's back to a 15-point lead at 36-21.
Sexton hit him. Twellman loses it off her foot, and it's going back the other way with Finke. Tried to split the defense. Lost it out of bounds, I say, last touch by the Lady Cats. And back in the ball game, Gracie Dieters and Liv Niemeyer as Twellman and Womack take a seat. 4:55 to go in the third quarter. They get it in to Flake. To the far side, here's a long two, and that's good for number 22, Haley Johnson, her first 2 points tonight. 38-21, Montgomery leads. Here's Billings with it. Top of the key, bounce pass. Gets away from the intended target, Niemeyer, and almost taken back by Bowling Green, but Sexton picks it up. From the center stripe, a long pass for Meredith Rogers. She floats it back to Sexton. She can't hit. Second shot no good, but Sexton fouled on that attempt, and she'll head back to the line where she is now 4 of 6.
Sexton is 6 foot tall, if you're wondering, and able to get her own offensive rebound.
And she's hit 5 in a row from the line.
Yes, for a big gal, she actually has a nice stroke from the free throw line. Doesn't dribble it, catches it and shoots it on the free throw.
Late substitution, Womack for Niemeyer. Second shot for Sexton is good as well.
You know, it's not very often you see a player that doesn't dribble it before she shoots a free throw.
No.
That's pretty interesting. But she's money. It's 6 for 8, actually, from the free throw line so far tonight.
Now, if I took free throws, I probably wouldn't dribble either because what's the point? It's not going in anyway. We're going to have a foul after a loose ball. It's going to be on Kinley Charlton, her second, and give it back to Montgomery midway point of this third quarter.
Second foul, 4th team foul for Bowling Green.
They quickly work it to Sexton. She kicks it back for Haley Johnson. Johnson back to Sexton. Turnaround off the glass, no good. Got her own rebound. Fights for it now, and the ball loose, and Bowling Green picks it up. Good work by Womack. She has it again, but it's knocked away out of bounds. Going to stay with Bowling Green. 3:44 to go in the third.
Norton in that double team. She likes to get that off arm out there to try and fend him off. She was called for an offensive foul, one of the first possessions of the game. She's going to have to be careful of that.
Here's Dieters on the far point. Kicks it back up to Morgan Billings. Now back to Dieters. Dieters goes around the defense, scores, and is fouled. That rolled around the rim about 3 times on its way through the cylinder.
Foul is going to go on Sexton, her first.
Just not many fouls committed tonight by Montgomery County. Sexton checks out, Oden back in.
And I think we had a complete line change there.
Yep.
I think we had 5 in, 5 out. Good luck with that.
Well, Carson Flake is back in. Samantha Quatham back in. I mentioned Odom as that shot is off the mark. Carissa Doyle into the ball game.
Josie Holtzclaw's in.
So that's all 5 of them. We got them.
Yeah.
And whose ball is it? They're going to say Montgomery's. Gracie Dieters tried to fake out the ref. Yeah.
She had him going for a second.
Yeah. He didn't know which arm to put up and which one to point. Here's Quatham. With Dieters hot on her trail. Kicks it off to Oden, and her shot is good.
She's got 10 for the night in the lead and continues to grow.
42-23, down to 3:15 to go. Wild shot for Norton, and the rebound pulled down by Montgomery. Empty possession, gives it back to Quatham and the Wildcats over to the far side for Carson Flake. Back up top now for Holtzclaw. Here's a shot for Holtzclaw from the baseline. She passed up a 3, dribbled in, and can't hit the 6-footer. Bowling Green back the other way. Here's Dieters. She rides the lane. Shot no good. And another rebound for Montgomery on the defensive end. They are just owning both ends on the glass. Carson with it. Flake back up top. To the near side for Quatham. Samantha down to Oden. Oden's shot no good. Rebound tipped and out of bounds is Womack. Keeps it with Montgomery. 2:21 to play in the third.
Oden came from the backside, had a great look, good pass from Quatham. Couldn't convert it with the left hand.
Oh, who was the college star and WNBA player? As Bowling Green gets that rebound, was it Jamila Holtzclaw? Was that the name?
I'm not sure that's the first name, but
I think I'm close.
You're close.
It's been a while since I've heard Holtzclaw's name. Was that UConn?
I think that's correct. Another turnover for Bowling Green. That's 15 on the game.
And off the glass, good, and a foul. Flake. That's Carson. Chance for a 3-point play. And the lead now over 20. 44-23. To the line, Carson Flake. After a hard foul by Kinley Charlton, her third.
Team's 5th.
Missed the free throw, and out to grab it is Charlton. And Norton with it. Near side now for Norton. She'll try the 3. Go back to using the backboard. She hasn't hit one since she stopped using the glass. Holtzclaw the other way. Her little half hook is good. Her first 2 points tonight, and a timeout taken on the floor. 1:29 to play, third quarter here from Montgomery. It's all Lady Wildcats, 46-23 on Eagle 102.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
High school sports on KJFM is brought to you by Abel's Quick Shops, Mike's Tire and Service Center, and Kathy Clean.
46-23 Montgomery. Leading Bowling Green here in the third quarter. Varsity action still to come.
Biggest lead of the game at 23.
Shamiqua, that's what it was.
Shamiqua, yeah. Okay. That's what you were doing over there, Googling, weren't you?
Yeah. I had the right flow to the name.
Yeah, you did.
Here's a shot, and that one's good for Womack. It's spelled differently, though.
Just inside the three-point arc, cuts the lead to 46-25 with 1 minute to play in the third quarter.
Quickly the other way to Holtzclaw to the far side now for Quatham. Another cross-court pass to Flake. Now Oden with it in the corner. She passes center of the lane. Turnaround shot no good. Tip up no good by Flake, and here comes Bowling Green the other way. Pass for Womack now to the baseline for Dieters, and her shot's blocked. She'll head to the line.
Foul's going to be on Flake, her first. And that'll send Dieters back to the free throw line for 2 shots.
And the first shot is short. She's 0 for 2 from the line. 7 points for Gracie. 2 here in the second half. And the second one is good to make it 46-26.
Briley Sparks checks back in for the Cats. Madeline Norton will take a seat.
Pass comes in to Samantha Quatham. Quatham, no trouble getting it across the line now. Puts on the brakes. Going to run a little clock here in the final 25 seconds of the quarter. Ball. Tip taken, and they're going to call a tie-up. Not much of a tie-up. Bowling Green gets it back 17.6, so they'll have a chance for the final shot. Norton out, or back in, and Sparks to the bench. Dieters will take it up. Down to 15. Now to Norton. Norton will take a shot. That one may have been partially blocked. Oh, no, they say it went out clean back to Montgomery.
It looked like it was tapped to me. It just had a funny spin on it when it came out.
No one's arguing. And here's Quatham. Down to 4 seconds. Will she get a shot off? Her was definitely tipped into the waiting arms of Kinley Charlton as the quarter comes to an end. 20-point Montgomery lead after 3, 46-26 over Bowling Green on Eagle 102.
Bank from anywhere with Bank of Louisiana's new Freedom Checking account. No minimum balance, no monthly fees, and free access to all of their mobile and online banking services. Bank on your own terms with Freedom Checking from Bank of Louisiana. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Home data rates may apply. Check with your carrier for details. Freedom Checking from Bank of Louisiana.
Bowling Green Insurance Agency can assist in all the insurance coverage you may need. With the proper insurance coverage, you can stop sweating the small stuff and enjoy life. Bowling Green Insurance Agency is one of the leading insurance agencies in the Pike County area. Give them a chance and they'll prove it. Call Fred Carlson and get a quote. Bowling Green Insurance Agency.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Montgomery pretty impressive tonight, leading Bowling Green by 20, 46-26 after 3 quarters. They led 17-3 after 1, 30-17 at the half, and now have stretched that out to 20. It was actually, 23 at one point before Bowling Green.
23 is the biggest lead of the game so far.
So Montgomery with the ball and the lead to start the fourth. With it is Finke to the far side. Reversing directions a couple of times is Johnson, and she finds her way to the hoop.
That Euro step travel.
4 points for her tonight. Here's Dieters with it on the near point for Bowling Green. Dribbles out to Womack. Oh, they find a clear path to the net, and an easy shot for Kinley Charlton. She's got 4. With it again is Haley Johnson. Johnson drops it down low. Hits the side of the backboard with a shot for Sexton. And Bowling Green gets the loose ball. Here's Norton up the way for Bowling Green. To the near side for Dieters. Gracie. She goes to the hoop. Puts it off the glass and in.
Good aggressive move by Dieters.
She's into double figures with 10. Here's Sexton. Turnaround shot. That one's off the mark. Put back, no good. Tip out, and Montgomery will reset. Almost lifting that foot was Fisher. Now the ball tipped back to Fisher. And again, Montgomery resets things with Renee Finke over to the far side for Haley Johnson. Johnson gets it down to Sexton. She got away with a little step and is fouled as she puts up that shot. We'll head back to the line where she's been pretty good tonight, hitting 6 in a row, 6 of 8 through 3 quarters. Foul is on Womack, her third. And Sexton's first shot is short. Breaks that string of 6 in a row. And the second shot is good. 49-30. Just over a minute gone here in the final quarter of the ladies varsity game. Norton trying to find some room. Kicks it back. With it now is Morgan Billings. Billings over to the near side for Gracie Dieters. Dieters trying to get to the hoop again. Rolls it over. Shot no good and out of bounds. It's going to stay with Bowling Green. And it was very fortunate it was Billings not to get charged as she came flying in and made contact.
Well, the officials have probably gone into 19-point fourth quarter refereeing mode.
Exactly. Skip pass off the fingertips of Kinley Charlton out of bounds. Back to Montgomery with 6:11 to play here in the fourth. Fisher inbounds and gets it to Renee Finke. Adding letters here in the fourth quarter. They add to the score, I add letters. Here's Sexton, gets a loose ball. Long 2, and that one's good for Haley Johnson. She's got 6.
Yep, she knows what her range is, and it's about 17 feet just inside the arc.
Here's Dieters, off of Sexton, pass tipped, off of Sexton, and Montgomery takes it. Back up the floor is Finke. Gets it out to Fisher. Fisher going to try the 3 from the top. It's a little long. Rebound goes to the floor and picked up by Bowling Green. Now 1-on-4, and we're going to have a foul against the Wildcats, and it's going to be on Fisher.
Her first, team's third.
Meredith Rogers back in. Checking out is Haley Johnson. Bowling Green a couple of subs as well.
Sparks and Niemeyer return for the Cats.
I think Norton and Womack checked out. Out high with it is Liv Niemeyer. Niemeyer now goes to the dribble, tried a hook shot, and it was knocked off the glass and back to Montgomery. And Finke is fouled. It's going to be a 1-and-1 opportunity for Montgomery. Fouls on Briley Sparks, her first.
Briley was trying to get out of the way, but Finke just kind of kept running up her backside, if you will, and picked up the foul. 7th team foul, so Finke will get a 1-on-1.
Twelman back in, replacing Morgan Billings. And the first free throw is short, won't earn the second. And Bowling Green with the rebound. In a 21-point game, here's Grace Twelman. To the near side now for Dieters. Dieters cut off from the baseline, kicks it back out. Here's a 3, top of the key, and it's good.
They're going to say her foot was on the line. They'll give her 2.
Liv Niemeyer with the bucket to make it a 19-point game. Timeout on the floor, 4:42 to go. Here in the fourth, 51-32. Montgomery leads Bowling Green on Eagle 102.
The staff at Pike County Health Department, Home Health and Hospice are your neighbors. Here are just a few of the programs they have to offer. Baby Basics, breastfeeding peer counseling, natural nurses, car seat safety, farm safety for kids, maternal and child health, safe sitter courses, and WIC, plus much more. Pike County Health Department is a not-for-profit organization as it is funded by tax dollars. So when you use their services, you're putting your tax dollars to work. To keep up to date, be sure to like them on Facebook. Pike County Health Department, Home Health and Hospice, located in Bowling Green.
High school sports on KJFM is brought to you by Bibb Beach and Collier Funeral Homes, Ligon Flooring, and B&B Automotive.
4:42 to play. It'll be Wildcat ball after the timeout. And Bailey Fisher set to inbound as we resume. 51-33, Wildcats lead. Fisher with it again. A little miscommunication between her and Finke. Finke with it now to the far side for Meredith Rogers. Rogers from the baseline. Shot goes over everything, and the rebound taken by Briley Sparks. Sparks in trouble underneath the Montgomery basket and gets it off to Dieters. Here's Gracie. Got going a little quick, reined it in, and is able to hit the shot off the glass.
Well, let's see if this press is going to work. Now straight up man press this time.
Here's Finke to the far side. Lob pass for Sexton, and she's fouled.
Say it's on the floor.
Still be a 1-and-1.
Going to be on Twelman, I believe.
Just her first. Team's eighth. As Fisher and Rogers check out. Quatham back in. As well as number 22, Haley Johnson. Sexton at the line for a 1-and-1. And can't hit the front half. So she's missed 2 of her last 3 after hitting 6 in a row. Bowling Green the rebound. Here's Twelman. She's in trouble. Gets it across the lane somehow, but unable to hit the runner was Kaylin Womack. And Montgomery comes away with it. And a long pass all alone off the glass is Flake. She's got 19.
The old snowbird worked to perfection that time.
We always call that cherry picking. Near side. Coming in from the corner and over everything is Gracie Dieters. Now the ball goes to the corner, picked up by Flake and tipped out of bounds by Womack as they tried to move it up the floor again. Oden back in. Replacing Sexton. Two pretty comparable parts there for Coach Basinger. Oden and Sexton.
Yes, they are. They would qualify as twin tires if they're in the game at the same time.
Which we saw that quite a bit in the Montgomery tournament. Haven't seen it yet tonight.
Foul on Sparks, her second. That'll send Finke back to the free throw line with a 1-on-1.
And she hits the front half. So her in the second. She had missed 2 in a row prior to that. That puts her at 3 of 5 and 3 of 6 now, but a foul for Oden. Shot's no good, and the rebound out the far side. Norton picks it up. On the run. Now, we're going to have another offensive foul. She got that elbow out again.
Yep. That's when she gets pressured, she panics a little bit and gets that off arm out as a shield, and sometimes uses it to shove off. And she was caught for the second time tonight.
5 minutes gone here in the fourth. The Lady Wildcats cruising toward victory number 9. Steal for Bowling Green. Ball knocked out from behind away from Kinley Charlton. It's going to stay with the Lady Cats with 2:48 to play. Big week coming up next week for Bowling Green. Bowling Green Invitational gets underway.
The 95th Bowling Green Invitational.
All tipped and stolen away from Norton. Johnson picks it up after she knocked it away, and here's Finke over to the far side for Quatham. Quatham back for Finke. Her shot's no good. Rebound goes to the floor, picked up by Bowling Green, and Billings gets it to Norton. Norton across the line, and will pull back. 2:22 to play. 54-35. Here's a 3. Misses everything, goes out of bounds, and up on the stage rolls back, and back to Montgomery it goes. Varsity Bobcat boys waiting in the wings for their opportunity to take on Scott Krager's Montgomery County Wildcats. Got an update on Coach Ryan Parker from Scotty Krager earlier. Of course, he was his coach at Ellsbury.
Yeah, he's got a good team up in Iowa and got a D1 player, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but he had to step down for the remainder of the season. Kidney failure, dating back 2.5 years to a case of strep throat.
No kidding.
His wife's college roommate donated a kidney, and he had a 6-hour surgery last week.
Holy smokes.
And won't coach the rest of the season, but already looking a heck of a lot better. The surgery was successful. His color has already returned, and things are working as they should.
Wow. Yeah, he's a young whippersnapper, too.
Younger than me, I believe.
I would say so.
With it is Norton. Her shot no good. And on the rebound, we're going to have a foul against the Lady Cats, and we'll go back the other way and shoot a couple of free throws.
Billings will pick up her second, I believe.
Of course, Parker coaching for his hometown. It's like Okaloosa or something like that.
Yeah.
Iowa won the state championship last year. But like I said, had to step away as his health issues just got to be a little too much, and had the surgery. And doing well. Johnson hits the first of 2 free throws. And wholesale changes for both teams with 1:46 to go. Haley Chandler in for the first time. That's the only player that for Bowling Green that got in that hasn't played yet. And the second shot good as well for Johnson. 56-35. With 1:38 to play. Here is Chandler. Works it inside. They kick it back out to Dieters. Back to Chandler now. Haley to Gracie. Over to the far side, Briley Sparks. Sparks, ball fake. Goes to the baseline, loses the handle, kicks it across, and they'll kick it back out. Chandler, she gets that clean, probably as a easy 2 points. To the near side. I'll kick it back again, and it's going to be over and back. Dieters tried to sell that vault, but she was about 1.5 feet over the line when she vaulted.
Yeah, the ball had already hit in the back court, so a little too late for that.
1:10 remaining in this 21-point game.
Carissa Doyle in her first minutes of the night for Montgomery County.
Holtz call back in as well. Cut off is Rogers. Then worked it to the middle of the key, and a tie-up will give it back to Bowling Green as we're inside the final minute. Quick post game, and then varsity boys action at the conclusion of this one. 56-35. Bowling Green with the ball. They trail. Ball gets away from Briley Sparks, and we're going the other way with a fast break. 1-on-2 and a double dribble. As Broniak got a little ahead of herself.
Yes. Those young freshmen wanting the bucket pretty bad.
Down to 45 seconds. Over to the far side for Twellman. Grace takes it out of the corner for Chandler. Chandler to the near side. Here's Dieters for 3, and that one's good. Gracie Dieters.
Had a good second half. Has had 10 in the second half.
So 15 for the game. Is that going to be the top scorer for Bowling Green?
I believe it will.
Clock stopped with 23.5 seconds to go.
And the 21st turnover of the game gives it back to Montgomery County.
And a foul going to be whistled on Dieters off the inbound play with 22.2 ticks remaining. Third foul on Gracie.
10th team foul, so Meredith Rogers will get 2 shots.
Rogers first. Rims out. A little long on that one. looking for her first point tonight. Second shot. Right-hander puts it up and puts it in. She's in the book. 57-38. Final 16 seconds. First of 2 games tonight. I believe first of 3 nights this week on Eagle 102 high school basketball.
Dieter's just dribbling around. Nobody on a 5-second count. They're just going to let her dribble it out.
And that's the ball game. Montgomery wins this one 57-38 over Bowling Green, and we'll have the postgame show for you next on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 postgame show is coming up, sponsored by Abel's Quick Shops.
Here's one question that has no wrong answer. Are you going to choose the new Shell and Fuel Rewards card to be used at Shell stations, or the Shell and Fuel Rewards MasterCard that can be used everywhere MasterCard is accepted? With both, you save 10 cents per gallon, up to 20 gallons every time you fill up. And you also earn 10% rebates on your first $1,200 in non-fuel purchases per year at Shell stations. See? Either. Shell.us/get rewards and apply today. At participating Shell stations only. Terms and conditions apply.
If you happen to find yourself looking for somewhere new to get your vehicle serviced, Pogue Ford in Bowling Green is here to remind you they can handle all brands of vehicles. However, if you have GM or Chrysler warranty, they will shuttle those to their sister Hannibal locations to make sure your warranty stays intact. Pogue Ford, serving the communities they call home. Pogue Ford, Business Highway 61 South in Bowling Green. They'll be there for you when the sun comes up. Get connected to a fast-paced world with Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, an authorized U.S. cellular dealer, along with Dish Network, DirecTV, Viasat, and HughesNet high-speed internet packages. Cellular and Satellite Center also carries a variety of TVs and accessories and installs security systems. Get connected today with Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. Time now for the Eagle 102 postgame show on KJFM, sponsored by Abel's Quick Shops.
Final in this one, 57-38. Montgomery County over Bowling Green as the Montgomery County boys make their way onto the floor. Bowling Green waiting to make their entrance ahead of the men's varsity game. And Coach Joe Basinger has some nice pieces as they go to improve to 9-5 on the season.
Nice pieces, and he's got some youth, too. The big challenge for him next year is he's going to lose all of his size, as Sexton and Ogden are both seniors, but yeah, there are things to work with if he can get healthy, and I guess whatever issues they were having, get those straightened out. They can maybe make some noise in the postseason. However, I'm guessing they go south towards Herman for their district, which that's problematic.
Yeah, and I was talking to Coach Basinger about that prior to the game, and he was not relishing the fact that he's in Class 3. He's talking about that gap between Class 2 and Class 3 and what you have to do to prepare yourself for a state run. And boy, it's a tough road, especially if you're one of the smaller Class 3s in the state.
Yeah, it's you talk about size of student body. There's a pretty wide variance between the top of Class 3, for example, and the bottom of Class 2 if you were a Class 2 school. So, yeah, the challenges will be great, but a good win for them here tonight. They raise their record to 9-5. Bowling Green drops to 3-10 on the season. With another game, I guess, before the Bowling Green tournament, right?
Exactly, and for Bowling Green, there's things to feel good about. There are signs of good things to come. They just need to put those little spurts, stretch those out into quarters, stretch those out into halves, and stretch those out into a full four-quarter effort. Well,
we talked about in the pregame about finding somebody who's willing to take the shot. I think if you watch that game. She's just a freshman, but Gracie Dieters is the one that's got the aggressive bone in her body right now that's willing to go to the ball bucket and take those shots. they got to take care of the basketball. They had 21 turnovers. And you can't get in a 14-0 hole. Very seldom do you come out of a 14-0 hole in any game, much less the first quarter of a game. And so, they've got some positive things for sure, and they also have some things that they'll be able to work on going forward.
Yeah, but Craig Smith is a good coach, and this team, he's going to get them trending in the right direction, I think, and it's going to be nice or fun to see this group and the group that comes in behind them grow over the next few years.
Let's run down the scoring real quick for the victorious Montgomery County Lady Wildcats. They were led by Taylor Flake with 19, 10 for Brooke Oden, and then a bunch of players in single digits. Haley Johnson with 8, 7 for Josie Sexton, 6 for Renee Finke, 2 each for Carson Flake, Samantha Quatham, which is surprising. She only scored 2.
Yeah.
And Josie Holzclaw with 2 and a single free throw for Meredith Rogers. They turned it over 10 times. They led by as many as 23 in that game in the second half. For the Bowling Green Lady Cats, they were led by Gracie Dieters with 15, 10 for Maddie Norton, 4 each for Kinley Charlton and Morgan Billings, and 2 each for Liv Niemeyer and Kaylin Womack. Montgomery County, this will tell you a little bit of something about the game. They were 13th or 24 from the free throw line. Bowling Green was 1 for 5, so they didn't get to the line very often. And as I said, Bowling Green turned it over 21 times.
Yeah, and Bowling Green wasn't really playing the foul game there at the end. They weren't trying to work the clock to get back into it.
Right.
They just committed a lot of fouls.
Exactly.
So this one goes to Montgomery, 57-38 again. Montgomery improves to 9-5. Bowling Green falls to 3-10 on the season. So we'll take a break. We'll transition from the post-game show into the pregame before Bowling Green boys take on Montgomery here from Montgomery County High School on Eagle 102.
Abel's Quick Shops introduces the new Shell Fuel Rewards credit cards, now with even more ways to save with 2 great reward programs. Choose the Shell Fuel Rewards card or the Shell Fuel Rewards MasterCard and save 10 cents per gallon up to 20 gallons every fill-up, plus rebates on non-fuel purchases. Sign up at shell.us/get rewards from Abel's Quick Shops. We're just down the road.
People's Bank and Trust mobile banking app gives you the convenience of banking from anywhere. Simply download the free app for your Android or Apple device and get started managing your accounts, transferring funds, paying bills, and depositing checks. People's Bank and Trust online at www.pbtc.net. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Family Drug is your locally owned pharmacy, and their pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because just like you, they support their community. Family Drug, locally owned and hometown proud on Georgia Street in Louisiana.
Hi, this is John. I'm one of the pharmacists you see at Bowling Green Pharmacy. We're right here with personal and prompt service, giving you the answers about your medications. You are always welcome to come in and just say hi. The right people, the right service, right downtown. Bowling Green Pharmacy on the square in Bowling Green.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. It's time now for the Eagle 102 pregame show, sponsored by Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Bowling Green and Montgomery County here from Montgomery County High School. Mark Froenig, Jim Ross with you, getting ready for men's varsity action. Bowling Green comes into this game, Jim, with a record of 9-4, while Montgomery, after dropping 2 games in their home tournament, finishing 4th after a loss to Fulton, they reeled off 9 consecutive wins and won the South Callaway tournament last week.
Playing very well, and they have one of the bigger, in terms of physical size, high school teams that you're going to see in this area. As they have the Parker brothers that go 6'8", 6'7", and Max Worsham 6'5". So their front line is as big a front line as you're going to see around the area, and it's going to be interesting to me tonight to see how Coach Brandon McCann wants to play it. You know, he's about controlling tempo and playing in the half-court game. Will that work against this huge lineup from Montgomery County, or does he need to stretch this out and turn it into an 84-foot basketball game and let his guys go up and down? That's what I'm looking forward to see, how it all plays out.
It's been a long time ago, but the common opponent is Fulton. and Bowling Green did such a good job in the Montgomery County semifinal against the Hornets, who also have some big guys on that front line. But they slowed it down and really frustrated that big young team from Fulton, a team that Montgomery was not able to beat a couple of nights later.
Well, and Bowling Green's playing pretty well, and they, as of late, and they're not exactly small. I mean, they go 6'4", 6'2" at the guard, 6'3" with Austin Callahan. So that they've got some guys that can get in there and mix it up as well. So this is a great matchup, and as we mentioned in the girls' game, this game tonight will go a long way towards deciding who's going to win the EMO conference, because the odds-on favorites are the two teams you see here tonight, and Van Far, who's only lost one game. And of course, Van Far and Bowling Green were supposed to square off Friday night, and that got snowed out.
Which is rescheduled for February 6th, by the way.
Right. So otherwise, here in a 5-day span, we'd have found out things would have cleared up pretty quickly in the EMO conference. But as it is, we'll have to wait until February now to see how it's all going to shake out. But the key for Bowling Green tonight is they got to try and win, and they got to go on the road to do it against a very good Montgomery County Wildcat team.
We'll talk about our keys to the game after this on Eagle 102.
It's the new year and a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. During the process, I'll work closely with your lender and other professionals to make it as effortless as possible. I'm here with you every step of the way, so when you're ready to buy or sell, call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Hi, this is John. I'm one of the pharmacists you see at Bowling Green Pharmacy. We're right here with personal and prompt service, giving you the answers about you and just say hi. The right people, the right service, right downtown. Bowling Green Pharmacy on the square in Bowling Green.
Hey, this is Ryan with Mid-America Auto and Towing in Bowling Green, and we've got the lot looking good and ready to go. We've got something for everybody's budget. We have a constant rotation of new inventory, including cars, trucks, and SUVs. So if you're out and you're looking for a new car, come by and see me. Mid-America Auto and Towing, just off Highway 54 in Bowling Green, is a one-stop shop. Like us on Facebook or check out our website, midamericaautoandtowing.com.
The Eagle 102 keys to the game.
Well, the key for me is Cameron Worley. We talked a couple minutes about Bowling Green. Didn't even mention really the listed at 6'2" senior Cameron Worley. He is an X factor for Bowling Green. He can drive. He can kick it out and shoot a three. Very versatile player for Coach McCann.
Without question, and he is a key to the game for Bowling Green. Probably their leading scorer. We can't find any stats on Bowling Green, but in the games that we've covered and the scores that I've seen, he's always at the top of the pack for the Cats. So he is the X factor. It's going to be interesting. They've got to value possessions. Bowling Green's got to value possessions, take care of the basketball, and make sure they score points. Because if you're going to slow this game down, like you talked about in Fulton, the number of possessions you have in a game becomes thinner and thinner, and so you've got to make sure they are productive possessions if you're going to want to win this basketball game. And then the other thing for Bowling Green is they're going to have to get on the glass. Mm-hmm. Even though they do have some guys that will get in and mix it up with some size, Montgomery County is going to have a little bit of a size advantage. And I haven't seen Montgomery City play this year. I saw them play last year, and the game I saw them, they were devastating. They played really well, and as their record would entail, since the Montgomery County tournament, they're playing pretty well right now, too.
Last key for me is keep Michael Starks out of foul trouble. When he is engaged and in the ball game, boy, he can be really good and put up some big numbers for Bowling Green. It's just when he gets into foul trouble early, that can really throw off a game plan for Coach McCann.
Well, and a lot of times in a game like this, it's maybe somebody that you don't expect that steps up and makes a difference. And if I was going to pick a guy that might be able to do that, it would be Gavin Dieters because of his ability to penetrate, and then he can also hit the three if they leave him open. And so he could have something to say about the outcome of this game as well.
And finally, the size down low, George Niemeyer and Matt McDonald have to contain the really big guys. It's not many nights that George and Matt are looking up at people, but they'll be looking up at the 6'8" Carson Parker tonight.
They will, and hey, this is why you play the games, right?
Exactly.
Bowling Green wants to know what they're all about. They get to find out tonight. Yeah.
We've got our starting lineups coming up for you next on Eagle 102.
This is Beth Shannon from Community State Bank of Missouri, and I would like to take this opportunity to invite all Community State Bank Diamond Club members to join me for a getaway full of good music, lots of sightseeing, dinner with a songwriter, and great company. March 6th through the 9th, we will be traveling to Nashville, Tennessee. Reservations are available until February 1st. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank, member FDIC.
It's good to aim high, and sports can help children reach their goals. Join Pike County Mutual Insurance in Bowling Green and Farm Mutual Insurance in supporting local athletes. Be sure to catch all the action this sports season. Pike County Mutual Insurance salutes young local athletes and wishes them well. And they look forward to protecting these young adults with strong insurance coverage during what is sure to be a bright future. Pike County Mutual Insurance in Bowling Green.
Hi, this is John. I'm one of the pharmacists you see at Bowling Green Pharmacy. We're right here with personal and prompt service, giving you the answers about your medications. You are always welcome to come in and just say hi. The right people, the right service, right downtown. Bowling Green Pharmacy on the square in Bowling Green.
The Eagle 102 starting lineups on KJFM are brought to you by Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy.
And first for the homestanding Montgomery County Wildcats, they're 11-2, 9 wins in a row, coached by Scott Craig. They'll start a sophomore at 6 foot. Number 5, Drake Smith. Number 15 gets a start. A 5'8 sophomore, Ethan Rakers, gets the start tonight. A senior at 6'5, number 22, Max Worsham, in the starting 5, as well as that 6'7 junior, number 24, Colin Parker. Rounding out the starting 5 is the 6'8 senior, number 34, Carson Parker. So again, it's Smith, Rakers, Worsham, Parker, and Parker for Montgomery. For the Bowling Green Bobcats, they're 9-4 on the season, coached by Brandon McCann. They'll start junior at 6 foot, number 1, Michael Starks. Number 5 gets a start, a 6'3 senior, Austin Callahan. Number 23, 6'2 senior, Cameron Worley. Number 32, a 6 foot senior, Gavin Dieters. And number 35, a 6'4 senior, George Niemeyer. He wears number 35. So again, it's Starks, Callahan, Worley, Dieters, and Niemeyer for Bowling Green.
Brandon McCann's head coach for Bowling Green. Montgomery County's head coach is Scott Kreger. As the public address announcer is about to announce the starting lineup. Montgomery County in their home white jerseys with blue numbers and black trim. And the Bobcats in their road blacks with red numbers and gray trim. Mark Froenig, Jim Ross, glad to have you with us.
What do you think of the Bowling Green uniforms? We talked about them. I think this is the first time seeing the roads.
Yeah, I'm not fond of the gray. I like white where it makes that number stand out. But, that's this generation is, what do they call that, anthrace or whatever the color is. You see a lot of college teams, both in basketball and football, have a alternate jersey that's that color. And that's what they choose to do with the trim around their numbers. Good-looking uniforms, though, I must admit.
I like the script Bobcats on across the chest. And you mentioned when we were talking about it at Bowling Green, usually you have Bowling Green on your road uniform, so
right.
They know where you're from.
Right.
They go with Bobcats across the top of the numbers.
Yeah, everybody knows in Bowling Green at home games where they're from.
Exactly.
So, yeah, that's an interesting twist to these uniforms as well.
But it does say BG on the back.
It does. Palmyra tournament's going on this week as well. If you're dying for some place to go watch basketball games tomorrow night, a big matchup with the Van Far Indians and Monroe City Panthers. And I believe we're going to try and bring that game to you if you can't make it up there. Officiating crews out of Columbia tonight.
Yes. I was going to say the scores from last night. Van Far beat Clark County 70-68, so they'll take on Monroe City in the semifinal. Van Far girls lost to Palmyra 93-17.
Clark County has a good club as well, and that tells you the strength of that tournament. They're the 4 and the 5 seed. And I think Van Far may be ranked in this week's poll. Worsham against Niemeyer as we go right off the bat to Parker. He'll drive baseline, drops it off to the guard. Smith, his shot's no good, but he'll get his own rebound, and they'll reset things. At the point, looks like Bowling Green's going to play him in a straight-up man this time. Smith with it, gets it to Parker. We'll try and keep them straight, Carson and Collin. Carson with it, the older of the two, to Collin. Outside on the head of the key now to Rackers. Rackers looks at this man-to-man defense. They'll get it left wing. Smith decides not to pop it. Parker now in the high post, tries to force inside. The first turnover, a steal by Callahan. The Cats will head the other way. Worley drives the left baseline, goes up amongst the trees. A runner's up and good. There's your man, Cameron Worley. They get a turnover and the lead at 2-0, and they push the pace, I might add. Back comes Montgomery. We've played a minute. Smith now dribbles to the free throw line, kicks it to Parker. Parker left wing now to Rackers. He'll shoot the three. Back the rim, no good. There's Niemeyer for the rebound. Good block out that time by Big George. He'll get it to Starks. He'll push it in the front court, and they'll reset it now with 6:45 to play in the first. Worley on a pick and roll with Niemeyer. Turns it down. Now gets a pick from Callahan. Still on the dribble. Slashes down the right lane. Blocked by Parker. Collin. And Montgomery County heads the other way. Into the paint, Smith drives in, and they're going to call a block on Callahan, and they're going to count the bucket. Pretty close, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
But Drake Smith gets the bucket and chance for the old-fashioned three-point play.
I don't think anything moved on Callahan but his hair.
He's got a lot of it, too. So we're tied at 2, and Drake Smith misses the free throw. Niemeyer with the rebound. He'll kick it out to Starks, and he'll slow things down now into the front court. He's guarded by Rackers. Backs up now in the center court circle, and will reset things. Left wing now to Dieters. Dieters on a pick and roll with Callahan. Dieters lobs it into Callahan. He makes the catch on the left block in amongst the trees. Makes some space, puts it up off the glass. It won't go. Carson Parker with the rebound. Here come the Wildcats.
Ball did everything but go down.
Rackers, now they get it into the post to Parker. He'll put it up off the glass. No good, and they got a whistle and a foul.
Niemeyer's going to pick up the personal.
And Carson Parker will shoot the first 2 free throw opportunity for either club here tonight. And now we've got a whistle, and the officials are going to get together. And
well, after the whistle,
I'm not sure what that was all about.
Parker came and shot it anyway.
Had a practice shot.
Yeah, got the miss out of his system.
Clarifying that it's a 2-shot foul, I guess. Everybody in the gym knew it. First free throw's up and good. He'll get a second. You said they won the South Callaway tournament last week, did the Wildcats?
Yes, they did. Beat both the Callaway teams, South in the opening round and North for the championship.
Second free throw is good. Well, that North Callaway is not exactly a juggernaut this year. Back comes Dieters, slashes down the paint, up off the glass, and good. Gavin Dieters ties it at 4 with a nice penetration move.
That's your X factor, isn't it?
That's it. And they've tried to push the pace a little bit, and the 2 times they have, they've scored easily. Parker on the far sideline. They play a little catch. Collin to Carson. Collin now outside the arc to Carson on the right elbow. He faces up, gets it to a cutting Smith. His shot swatted away by Starks. And now stolen by Rackers. He tries to lob it inside. It's deflected. It comes right back to Rackers. He's trapped in the near corner, and we're going to have a timeout by Coach Kreger. We'll step aside as well. 5:17 to play in the first. We're tied at 4. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball on Eagle 102.
Hi, folks. This is Eric Schaefer. With sports season upon us, be treated like the pros. If your athlete has experienced an injury during a game or practice, let our experienced sports medicine team at Pike County Memorial Hospital Physiotherapy Department get them back to play. We have 2 locations to better serve our community: Pike County Memorial Hospital Physiotherapy and Sports Medicine in Louisiana and Bowling Green. Pike County Memorial Hospital. Community owned, nationally known.
The Mercantile Bank in Louisiana says now's the time to sign up for online banking and bill pay. With online banking, you can bank day or night from your home, office, or anywhere with internet access. Check account balances, view checks, and much more. Stop in today to learn more at the Mercantile Bank, downtown Louisiana. Your hometown bank. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102 is brought to you by State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock, Bowling Green Chevrolet, and Pike County Memorial Hospital.
Out of the timeout, Bowling Green doesn't defend the inbounder, Rackers, and he fires a three, and it's good. And Montgomery's first lead of the night is three at 7-4. Back come the Cats. Head of the key, Niemeyer. Niemeyer looks into the post. Montgomery County in a man-to-man to Worley. He'll penetrate his runners. Up and good. Cameron Worley's got four. Shot it over big Colin Parker that time and got it to go. And it's a 1-point lead for the Wildcats. Colin, right wing, drives baseline, puts it up off the glass. No good. Washington with the rebound. He'll kick it outside. They'll whip it around the horn. Now penetrating into Rackers. Right corner, fadeaway 16-footer by Colin Parker's good. It's 9-6. Full court man pressure this time by Montgomery. And they'll back off after the inbounds pass. Dieters across the timeline now to Callahan. Callahan right wing to Starks. Starks puts it on the floor to Worley. Worley outside the arc now. Guarded by Smith. To Callahan. Down to 4 minutes to play in the first. Dieters at the head of the key. On a pick and roll with Callahan, he'll pull up from 16. Front rim, no good. Rebound's going to go off of Worsham, out of bounds. And back to Bowling Green.
Bowling Green's done a good job getting position to where they're the only ones that can get a rebound or else it's going to go out.
Even though they're a little bit smaller, they seem to be a little more physical than Montgomery, and that may serve them well. And we know Callahan will get in, bang, and Niemeyer will bang with any of them. Callahan does a reverse field, goes straight to the bucket, and shoots a layup. Lulled him to sleep with that old look over my shoulder. And Austin Callahan with his first bucket of the night. And it's a 9-8 lead for Montgomery County. Colin Parker now had the key to Smith. Right wing to Keenan James, who checked in during the last dead ball. Now to Rackers. Rackers to Smith. Back to Rackers on the left wing. Inside to Parker now. Gets it to Smith. He'll penetrate in. His shot's blocked by Worley and goes off the head of Smith, out of bounds. Back to Bowling Green. Good defense that time by Bowling Green. Full court pressure once again. Nearly throw it away, but Starks behind the back. Now he's got some space. He'll go to the glass on the fly. It won't go with the left hand. Pretty move, but couldn't get the roll. And Montgomery with the rebound heads the other way. Rackers now to Colin Parker. He'll hand it off to Smith as they work it against the zone now by Bowling Green. 1-2-2 zone. Into the post area. That's Colin Parker in the short corner left side. To Smith. Back to Parker in the corner. He'll skip past to the far sideline. The three-pointer by James is on the way. It's way off the mark. Parker with the rebound. That's Carson. His putback won't go. Rebound to Bowling Green. Worley up to Dieters, and he's going to be fouled by James.
Keenan James, first foul, and the first foul against the Wildcats tonight.
I think we've got our answer from Brandon McCann. If he's got the opportunity, they're going to run with it if they can. Logan Hutchinson into the game. Smith will take a seat for Montgomery County. Dieters takes the inbounds pass to Starks on the left wing. Hands it to Worley. Down to 2:30 to play in the first. Dieters going to pull up from 17. It's short. No good. Rebounds loose. Bounces off a couple players. Goes off of Niemeyer out of bounds. Back to Montgomery County.
He looked at his hands like, why did you fail me?
Well, that one was swatted, and it was kind of hot when it came his direction. So Bowling Green to drop back into the 1-2-2 zone and try and force Montgomery to do something from the outside. James in the corner to Colin Parker as they work it around the horn. Now to Hutchinson in the corner to Rackers far sideline. He'll drive baseline, tries to force it inside, stolen away. Third turnover game for Montgomery. Good defense by the Cats. Worley in the front court with 1:55 to play in the first. Stop and go move. He'll go to the hoop. Left-hander won't go. Niemeyer with the offensive rebound. His putback won't go. Carson Parker with the rebound. Montgomery will look to run. Nice defense by Starks to stop the ball and stop the break. Far corner three on the way. It's an air ball. Colin Parker with the rebound. His shot swatted from behind by Starks. He gains the possession. He'll go to the hoop. Up and under swoop. It won't go. Niemeyer with the offensive rebound. Up and good. Up and down action for the Bobcats, and they have the lead again at 10-9. We're down to 1:20 to play in the first.
Starks needs to be careful, though, with moves like that. That's how he's drawn a lot of charges.
Had a nice sidestep that time to avoid the defender. Carson Parker drives left baseline, nothing doing, hands it back to Collin. He'll shoot the three from deep from the rim, no good, and Dieters comes away with the rebound, and he's going to be fouled from the backside by Rakers.
Tough break there for Ethan Rakers, but wrong place at the wrong time and took out Dieters.
So it's Rakers?
I believe it is,
You're going to wait till the end of the game and tell me that or what?
I said it during the introduction.
I was taking a nap during that. What are you talking about? Rakers. Okay, you all figure out how it's called. Rake is a rake, right? Let's go with Rakers.
Yeah.
Bowling Green with the ball on the offensive end. Callahan at the free throw line, hands it off to Starks. They run a little weave action to Dieters. Dieters now on a pick from Niemeyer, steps back behind the arc. He's open for three. It's good.
Pretty.
Gavin Dieters, he's got 5. The biggest lead of the game for Bowling Green so far is 4 at 13-9. Montgomery with the ball, down to 30 seconds to play in the first. They're looking at this 1-2-2 zone, haven't been able to solve it thus far. James holds it above his head. Looks like they may just go ahead and play for one. We will see. Rakers with it. Holds it under his arm out between the 28-foot mark and the center court stripe. We're down to 10. We're down to 9. Do they wait? They wait too long. They always wait too long. Now they lob it inside. And nice catch by Carson Parker. He'll put it up off the glass and score. Size cures all woes in many cases. And that'll do it for the first quarter. A good one for both clubs. Good basketball game. Don't go away. Bowling Green leads at 13-11. Second quarter's next on Eagle 102.
Here's one question that has no wrong answer. Are you going to choose the new Shell and Fuel Rewards card to be used at Shell stations, or the Shell and Fuel Rewards MasterCard that can be used everywhere MasterCard is accepted? With both, you save 10 cents per gallon, up to 20 gallons every time you fill up. And you also earn 10% rebates on your first $1,200 in non-fuel purchases per year at Shell stations. See? You can't go wrong with either. Visit www.shell.us/getrewards and apply today. At participating Shell stations only. Terms and conditions apply.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service. But did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
13-11 and a good first quarter, Mark Frodick.
Yeah, Worley, Dieters both scored multiple times, 5 and 4 points for them. No one has scored from the field multiple times for Montgomery. The only person with more than a bucket is Carson Parker, who had 1 from the floor and 2 from the free throw line.
Bowling Green will get it to start the second quarter. And looks like Montgomery County is going to come out in a 1-3-1 half-court trap with some size with Carson Parker, the big 6'8 center, playing the point. Dieters penetrates, gets it in the corner to Callahan. Callahan now on the high post to Niemeyer. Oh, he finds Stark all alone underneath, but Starks couldn't find the handle. And the turnover gives it back to Montgomery County. Great look that time by Niemeyer.
Pass was just a little bit behind Michael.
To the head of the key now. Hutchinson, right wing, they work around. Try to force it inside, deflect it out. Smith will come away with the loose ball. To Hutchinson, near corner. Now to James. James finds it. Colin Parker in this near corner, right to our left at the end of the Bowling Green bench. He'll work it out to the head of the key now, and they'll reset. Hutchinson now, left wing, as they work it quickly to Colin Parker. Drives left baseline. Nothing doing. They whip it around. Shot from 16 is no good by Hutchinson, but a long offensive rebound, and loose ball now picked up by Bowling Green.
Yeah, I didn't see who it was, but a Bowling Green player got a swat in there after Montgomery thought they had secured the rebound.
So Bowling Green leads 13-11. We've played a minute and a half in this second quarter. Starks drives baseline, and we've got a whistle and a foul. And they'll call it on Parker. His first, and to the charity stripe for the first time tonight for Bowling Green, Michael Starks. He'll get 2 shots. 6-foot junior wears number 1 on his uniform. First one's off the front of the rim. He'll get a second.
No points yet tonight, but he's a streaky shooter. He can miss 5 or 6 in a row and then hit 8 or 9 in a row.
And he makes the second. And the lead is 3 at 14-11. Montgomery County in no hurry. They average 54.9 points a game, while Bowling Green averages 48.8 on the offensive end. So neither team accustomed to pushing the pace very much. Both teams playing a zone. Again, Bowling Green in a 1-2-2. Montgomery works it around against this zone. 3 guards outside the arc. The Parker brothers in the paint floating around. Left wing three's on the way now. It's no good by James. Parker with the rebound, but he puts it on the floor, and there the guards doing what they should do, but we got a whistle on a foul. We'll have to see who it's on.
George.
Calling on Niemeyer, and they're going to say he was in the act of shooting. That's 2 on George. Big Matt McDonald up off the bench. And we'll have our first sub for Bowling Green as Parker makes the first free throw. He'll get a second.
He's already 3 for 3 from the free throw line.
Bad habit, though, bringing it down to his waist after a rebound. And those guards got in there, but they called Niemeyer on the foul. He misses the second free throw, and loose ball rebound saved in by Worley. Worsham back in for Montgomery County, as is Rakers. Dieters across the timeline now. Montgomery County back into a man-to-man. Worley's going to pull up from 16 right inside the key. It's short. Montgomery with the rebound. Smith, he'll look to run. He had Rackers open, didn't get it to him. Dribbles in the paint, kicks it out. They work around. Now Rackers is going to drive left baseline. And Callahan swats it, and it goes off the knee of Rackers, they say. Back to Bowling Green, his 5th turnover of the game in this first half by Montgomery County.
You think does he come up to the waist of Parker?
Barely.
Yeah. He's not that small, but Rakers looks really small on this floor right now.
Full court man pressure, no problem for the Cats. Callahan in the front court now, outside the arc to McDonald. McDonald left wing to Worley. Now to Dieters in the far corner. They'll survey this man-to-man defense. Worley in the high post now to McDonald, stolen from behind. They'll get it ahead to Parker. He waits for it to come down, and Dieters is going to be whistled for the foul, and that's actually a really good foul by Dieters, because there was going to be a dunk. And Dieters is whistled for the foul, and it's actually going to be on the floor, just his first foul, and so Montgomery will have to take it out baseline left side. Rackers are triggered in, gets to Worsham. Nobody's guarding him. Holy smokes. Shoots a wide open layup. Bowling Green defense took a snooze like I was doing during the opening lineups, and we're tied at 14.
And that's the second time that Bowling Green's done that on an inbound play. First one opened him up for an easy 3-pointer, and this one for an easy 2.
Dieters now left wing to Worley. Against the man-to-man defense, guarded by Smith to Dieters. They've got to get some sort of shuffle cut thing going against his man-to-man. Doing a lot of standing around and looking. Dieters is going to penetrate down the paint, throws a wild one up off the glass. It won't go. Parker with the rebound. That's Collin. He'll hand it off to Rackers. Rackers to the head of the key. Stop and go. Still left wing now to Colin Parker. Parker now to Smith. In between the circles, left wing to Parker. He'll get it down to Carson on the block. They play a little inside out to Collin. He'll drive baseline. Whips it in the far corner to Rackers. His three's an air ball, but there's Carson Parker for the rebound and putback. And it's good. Montgomery County retakes the lead at 16-14.
One of those 3 balls that was so bad it was good.
Bowling Green's got to get something going offensively in terms of pattern. Starks going to fire a deep 3. It's off the back of the rim, no good. And get that shot anytime. And Parker with the rebound. Collin pushes up the right side to Carson. He's going to take it to the glass, kick it to Smith. They whip it around. Bunch of extra passes to Parker at the left wing. He shoots a three, and it's good. Collin Parker drains a three. Biggest lead of the game for Montgomery County, just like that, at 19-14. An 8-0 run by Montgomery County. Dieter's on the dribble down the paint, goes up and under his reverse layup, no good. Worsham with the rebound. Bowling Green out of sorts on the offensive end now. Have been for the last 3 or 4 trips. Worsham to Parker. They moved the ball quickly. Smith now left wing. He'll back things up and reset it. Right wing now to Brackers.
Bowling Green's offense just looks hurried right now. It gets back to what you were saying during the girls' game from Coach Wooden.
Parker with a pass to Smith, cutting to the basket, and he'll shoot the open layup, and the run goes to 10, and it's 21-14. Biggest lead of the game at 7 for Montgomery County. Callahan penetrates in, turns it over. Bowling Green just trying to go on the dribble. That's not going to work. Smith with a nice move, and he's going to be fouled. They'll say it's on the floor. And let's see who they call a foul on. Looks like they're going to call it on McDaniel. They'll say it's on the floor, and Montgomery will have it. As the officials talking to the coach, we're not shooting free throws, Mr. Ref. You need to come on down here and join the front court officiating. On the inbounds, Bowling Green back into the zone. In the high post to Parker. He kicks it in the corner. Racker's open for 3. Back the rim, no good. Washington tips out the rebound to Smith. To Collin Parker. He'll ball fake, penetrate in the paint, go up in the crowd, up off the glass. Good. Count the bucket and the foul. Bowling Green needs a timeout. 23-14, a 12-0 run for Montgomery County. And here's the timeout. 2:05 to play in the half. Wildcats on top and on a run. This is the Bobcat basketball on Eagle 102.
Hi, folks. My name is Cody Kirkendall. See Mike's Tire and Service Center in Bowling Green for all your automotive and tire needs. Mike's features 24-hour tire service, and when it's time to replace those tires, Mike's has great deals on several brands, ensuring they have the perfect tire for your vehicle. Mike's Tire and Service Center additionally offers alignments, tune-ups, oil changes, struts, state and DOT inspections. Mike's Tire and Service Center, business 61 North in Bowling Green.
Hi, this is John. I'm one of the pharmacists you see at Bowling Green Pharmacy. We're right here with personal and prompt service, giving you the answers about your medications. You are always welcome to come in and just say hi. The right people, the right service, right downtown. Bowling Green Pharmacy on the square in Bowling Green.
High school sports on KJFM is brought to you by Brown's Processing, Craig's Truck and Tractor, and Old Top's Pawn Shop.
To the charity stripe, go Collin Parker. A little 12-0 run for Montgomery. They trailed 14-11. They now lead at 23-14. And Parker with an and one rattles home the free throw. And it's a 10-point lead, biggest of the game, as Parker will take a seat and Logan Hutchinson will come in. We're going to see a little 1-2-1-1 full court press this time. Starks gets it in the front court to Callahan. Callahan slows things down and they reset things. Dieters drives left baseline, looks for some help, gets it to Callahan. Nice feed. It's up and good. And we've got a player down. And we're going to check him. Dieters check that Callahan with the bucket, his 4th of the game, and they're taking a look at Keenan James. And he said something funny. I couldn't hear it through my headset as everybody's laughing. He'll take a seat. They'll take a look at him. Rackers will check in.
Yeah, I think he landed pretty much right on his face.
I don't think they put the points up yet for Bowling Green, as it should be 16.
Now they do.
Bowling Green drops into the zone once again. Carson Parker, left wing, skips it to this side to Rackers. He'll drive baseline, hands it off to Smith. Smith outside the arc now. Back to Rackers. In between the circle to Smith. Right wing now to Hutchinson. Hutchinson dribbles out of trouble. They'll work it around and try and play the high-low game with Washam and Carson Parker, who's in the game right now. Down to a minute 10. Rackers with a 10-point lead, or check that 8-point lead. No rush for Montgomery County, really. They lead at 24-16. We're down to a minute. Let's see if they want to take the air out of the basketball. Looks like they may.
That's something Montgomery's done pretty consistently here in the first half, is taking their time, found the shot that works. And
well, when you've got an 8-point lead, you're going to bring Bowling Green out of the zone. Looks like Brandon McCann's going to be content to stay back and either trail by 8 or more at the break. We're down to 32 seconds. They've run off 40 seconds so far on this possession. Bowling Green still inside the three-point arc in their 1-2-2 zone. Rackers has it now. He's in the center court circle. They're going to run it out. We're down to 15. Let's see if they go at 10. They'll try and get it inside like they did last trip. Down to 12. Rackers now gets it right wing to Smith, to Parker in the corner. He'll kick it to Rackers in the corner. He penetrates in but dribbles it off his foot, out of bounds, back to Bowling Green.
2.7 on the clock.
They'll press full court, will the Wildcats, to try and slow Bowling Green down. Can they get somebody going towards the offensive end? They don't. They get it to Worley. He's going to throw it high, and that's going to be short, and that'll do it for the first half of action. The Montgomery County Wildcats 24, Bowling Green Bobcats 16. Our halftime shows next on Eagle 102.
It's the new year and a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. During the process, I'll work closely with your lender and other professionals to make it as effortless as possible. I'm here with you every step of the way, so when you're ready to buy or sell, call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
The Eagle 102 Halftime Report is coming up, sponsored by Cellular and Satellite Center.
With winter weather upon us, remember one multi-sports complex in Bowling Green is your warm, dry place to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green to schedule your appointment and inquire about memberships. One multi-sports complex, just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
Brown's Smokehouse Meats in Silex can help with all your meat processing, retail, wholesale, and custom butchering. Vernon and Judy Brown are the owners and operators of Brown's Smokehouse Meats, Highway 61 in Silex. Brown's Smokehouse Meats also invite you to stop by their retail location in Troy at 185 East Cherry Street. For all your smokehouse meats, deer processing, and homemade sausage, be sure to visit Brown's Smokehouse Meats, Silex and Troy.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. It's now time for the Eagle 102 Halftime Report, sponsored by Cellular and Satellite Center.
Welcome back to Montgomery County. 24-16 our score at half. Bowling Green led by as many as 4, but mark a 14-0 run in the second quarter, and the lead went from 14-11 in favor of Bowling Green to them being down, and got down by as many as 10 in that second quarter, and they just got out of whack on the offensive end.
Yeah, they just were trying to force things that weren't there down low. A lot of off-balance looks, even the three balls were rushed, and I mean, Michael Starks threw on it was almost a ceiling scraper to try and get it over the defense out high. So Bowling Green just needs to pick their spots a little bit, maybe slow the pace down and be a little more methodical offensively.
Well, and that's not going to work. They've just got to beat them down the floor and they got their leads by beating them down the floor. Dieter's going to the hole, Worley going to the hole, Callahan going to the hole, and that's what got them their lead. And then when they stopped doing that and playing in that half court, the big guys from Montgomery County, they went into that 1-3-1 trap, and that's really what broke up their momentum. And they've not been able to recover since then, and now they trail by 8 here at half. Let's take a look at the scoring for you. First for Bowling Green. Nobody in double figures actually for either club, as you might expect with a low-scoring game like this. Dieters leads them with 5.
Hey, before you go any further, Dieter's 5 points. Today is his 18th birthday, so happy birthday to Gavin Dieters. 18 today and 5 points to lead the way in the first half.
I would suggest he have 18 in the second half. That's what I would suggest.
That would work for me, too. That'd make it a really happy birthday.
Callahan and Worley had 4 each, 2 for George Niemeyer, who got in a little foul trouble, had 2 early on, and 1 for Michael Starks. They were 1 for 2 from the free throw line. They took care of the basketball. They only turned it over 3 times, and they led by 4. That was late in the first quarter. For Montgomery County, Colin Parker with 8-7 for Carson Parker, 4 for Drake Smith, 3 for Ethan Rickers, and 2 for Max Worsham. They were 4 for 6 from the free throw line. 6 turnovers for them, the Montgomery County Wildcats. They led by as many as 10. Bowling Green was outscored 13-3 in that second quarter, and you can't have quarters with single-digit scoring against a quality team like Montgomery County, expect to come out on top.
So the second quarter of the boys' game, a lot like the first quarter of the girls' game to start off the night. And now Bowling Green's going to have to play catch-up.
Without a doubt. Let's take a break, and we'll be back to set up the second half for you after this on Eagle 102.
Get connected to a fast-paced world with Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, an authorized U.S. cellular dealer, along with Dish Network, DirecTV, Viasat, and HughesNet high-speed internet packages. Cellular and Satellite Center also carries a variety of TVs and accessories and installs security systems. Get connected today with Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
This is Beth Shannon from Community State Bank of Missouri, and I would like to take this opportunity to invite all Community State Bank Diamond Club members to join me for a getaway full of good music, lots of sightseeing, dinner with a songwriter, and great company. March 6th through the 9th, we will be traveling to Nashville, Tennessee. Reservations are available until February 1st. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank, member FDIC.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102 is brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, the Mercantile Bank, and Bowling Green Tractor.
Welcome back to Montgomery County High School, to Bill Ballou and Jim Snell Court. Mark Froenig, Jim Ross, glad to have you with us. If you're just joining us, Montgomery County girls took care of business over the Bowling Green girls, winning the first game 57-38. And here at half, the Montgomery County boys lead Bowling Green 24-16. And Mark, what did Coach Brandon McCann tell the Bobcats in the locker room?
Well, not what I suggested, that's for sure. You were rather blunt with that. Dashed my hopes of a coaching career.
We'll see.
I think they get back to what worked in the first quarter. That's for sure.
Well, that's blunt too. Yeah. And they took care of the basketball, so you can't really quarrel with that. They didn't really get beat up on the boards. On the offensive boards. They kind of took care of business down there. They turned Montgomery City over 6 times in the first half, and in a slow-paced game like this that's a pretty big number for turnovers. But they didn't get any quality looks really in that second quarter as they drilled down to a slower pace, and the defense was able to thwart them. As we said earlier, the 1-3-1 half-court trap really kind of got them out of sync, and then they went back to the man defense, did Montgomery County, and Bowling Green didn't have an answer in that fourth quarter, just scoring 3 points. So let's see if they can get things going here.
What really killed is after George Niemeyer picked up his second foul, had to come out of the game. Matt McDaniel's a good player, but against those super bigs, the Parkers, you need an experienced playmaker defensively, and George can do that.
And George will surely be back in the game to start the third quarter. And if I'm looking at the arrow correctly, if they've already switched it, which they should have, Montgomery County is going to get it to start the third quarter. The Wildcats just now coming out of the locker room with 2 minutes to go here in the half. Let's take our final break, and we'll be back with the second half after this on Eagle 102.
With winter weather upon us, remember one multi-sports complex in Bowling Green is your warm, dry place to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green to schedule your appointment and inquire about memberships. One multi-sports complex, just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
Bank from anywhere with Bank of Louisiana's new Freedom Checking account. No minimum balance, no monthly fees, and free access to all of their mobile and online banking services. Bank on your own terms with Freedom Checking from Bank of Louisiana. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Home data rates may apply. Check with your carrier for details. Freedom Checking from Bank of Louisiana.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102 is brought to you by Air Evac, Spring Hollow Coffee, and J&D Tire and Auto.
Well, we finished the halftime show with a little baseball news in the girls' side of it with the Hall of Fame. A little baseball news for the boys' game. Marcel Ozuna has signed with the Atlanta Braves a one-year deal for $18 million. So bye-bye to Marcel Ozuna from the St. Louis Cardinals.
So $200,000 more than he was than the qualifying offer from the Cardinals, which could have been negotiated a little bit further. And instead we get the compensatory pick
a draft pick and some money in the pool, and they say it's a little over $200,000. So the Cardinals actually came out pretty good on this deal.
You know, I like some of the. You were looking to thin out some of the outfield spots. Anyway, I hate losing Ozuna when he's good, but he's streaky.
He is. He's streaky, and now the problem is he did have some pop, so the Cardinals are lacking somebody to back up Goldschmidt now, so they're going to have to get something from some of those younger players.
Well, let's see if Dexter can have a good season and if Carpenter can bounce back.
Let's see if Montgomery or Bowling Green can put some pop into their offense themselves here in this second half. Montgomery has it to start the second half, moving from our left to our right if you're listening to us on the radio. Bowling Green still in a zone. Colin Parker's going to shoot a three with the first offensive possession. It's off the mark, but the long rebound tracked down by Rakers. And Montgomery County will maintain possession. Leading 24-16. Bowling Green led 14-11. And a 14-0 run, or 13-0 run, I guess, if I could do math, gave them this lead. They work it around against this zone defense. They're not going to be in a hurry with the lead. Parker gets it. Carson, his little baby hook from about 8 won't go. And Worley with the rebound for the Cats. Their first offensive possession of the second half.
Those are the kind of rebounds that Bowling Green set up for. Those long ones are burning them. They're stacked so tightly down low.
Worley
on
the left-hand dribble has it picked by Rakers. He goes in for the layup, up and good. So the first turnover of the half gives a wide-open layup to Montgomery County, and they lead by 10, 26-16, matching the biggest lead of the game. Worley now on a high pick and roll, penetrates in, is up and under, won't go. And that's pretty much been their offense, and Rakers traveled.
I still like the pump fake from Worley, though.
But it's an NBA offense. You know, it's a high pick and roll, and then you penetrate in, and nothing happens after that, and that's not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be a one-chance team. If it goes in, great. If not, you're not going to get the rebound. There goes Worley again. It won't go. And just what I said, a rebound to Parker. Good look that time. Ball did a 360, but wouldn't go. Washam in the corner to Rakers. Back to Smith. They work it around the horn now to Parker. Collin, left wing. Had the key now to Smith. Down to 6 minutes to play in the third. 10-point lead for Montgomery County. Smith at the left elbow. Out to Rakers' right wing to Colin Parker. Shows patience as they play a little three-man game. Now Rakers hands it off to Smith. They're very patient on the offensive end. They've got opportunities to take shots, and they're disciplined enough not to. Inside to Parker. That's Colin to Carson. And his layup's up and good. And the lead grows to 12. at 28-16. Dieters penetrates, gets it into Niemeyer. His shot's blocked from behind. He's going to save it in bounds, and Starks is going to grab it outside the arc, and they'll reset with 5:20 to play in the third. Worley now. Same pick and roll with Callahan. Gets it to Starks, cutting to the back, and his shot won't go, but there's Niemeyer with the offensive rebound, and his putback's up and good. First bucket of the night, or first bucket for Bowling Green in the second half, and it's a 10-point lead at 28-18. Montgomery in no hurry. Rakers walks it across the timeline to Worsham. Worsham outside the arc, hands it to Smith. Smith over on the MCHS logo of Montgomery County High School. We always called it Montgomery City in my day. Worsham now has it to Smith. Man-to-man defense by Bowling Green. Left wing to Parker. That's Collin to Smith. As they work this pattern offense, and they'll look to try and pound it inside, if at all possible, to the big boys. Carson Parker, free throw line, left side to Collin. He'll drive left baseline. His layup up and good. Colin Parker, he's got 10. And the lead grows to 12 at 30-18 with 4 minutes to play in the third. Bowling Green cannot catch up in a half-court game. Callahan, as they run the weave, runs into Starks, but hands it to him. Starks now penetrates, nowhere to go, to Dieters. Dieters now drives into the paint. His runner's up, no good. Rebounds loose. Niemeyer gets it. His putback won't go, but we've got a whistle on a foul. And let's see who the foul's on. It's going to be on Carson Parker, his second. And George Niemeyer will get a trip to the charity stripe. He'll get 2 shots. First one is an air ball.
Keenan James back in the ball game for Montgomery, and taking a seat is Max Worsham.
Niemeyer will get a second, down by 12 with 3:47 to play here in the third quarter. Second free throw is good. No press by Bowling Green. And Rakers walks it across the timeline. If you recall, they ran 1 minute and 10 seconds off the clock at the end of the first half. Now they get it inside. Carson to Collin. He'll put it up off the glass. No good. Worley with the rebound for Bowling Green. He'll look to push. Up the right side on left-hand crossover into the paint. Swatted away by Carson Parker. And he grabs the loose ball. Turnover gives it back to Montgomery. Pull up from 15, in and out, no good by James. And Worley with the rebound, and he'll be fouled by...
It's going to be a second on Rakers, I believe.
You are correct. And with 3:11 to go, Bowling Green will have it. Free throw line extended in the backcourt, far sideline. A little token man pressure this time by Montgomery County. Dieters waits in the backcourts now for the Callahan pick into the front court. He's going to penetrate in. His shot's up, no good. Parker with the rebound. There's that penetration, one shot and done if it doesn't go. Back to Collin. Collin now hands it off to James to the free throw line. Elbow. They'll lob it inside to Carson. He's going to have it stolen away by Starks. Good play by Michael. To the head of the key. He slams on the brakes. And we'll reset things for Bowling Green against this man-to-man defense. 2:30 to play in the third. 30-19, Montgomery on top. Worley on the left wing. Goes against Smith, drives into the paint, gets Parker. It's no good. Rebound to James. He'll hand it off to Rakers, and he'll walk it up the court once again. Left wing to Smith. High post now to Collin, into Carson in the low post. His little baby hook won't go, but the rebound swatted out, and it's going to be corralled by James, and Niemeyer slides into him, and he'll pick up the foul.
His third.
It'll be a common foul.
Deontay Fleming checking in for Bowling Green. He'll take George's spot, I believe.
He will. And Montgomery will have it. Free throw line extended, far sideline in the front court. Smith to throw it in against the man-to-man defense. And it's kicked by Starks. Goes into the student section, a full student section for Montgomery County tonight. Haven't been overly raucous over there that I recall.
I think one "you can't do that" chant, and that's about it from them.
Colin Parker loses the handle, but Smith's going to pick up the loose ball. They're still in the front court. Little crossover dribble, pull up from 15 for Smith. It won't go. Worley with the rebound. He'll look to push. They've got the numbers ahead to Dieters, and he's going to have his shot partially blocked by Parker, but it goes out of bounds. Back to Bowling Green. 1:36 to play in the third. 30-19. Nobody's scored for about 45 seconds in this game. Worsham will return. Rakers will take a seat. Starks to throw it in, baseline, left side. Out to Dieters at the 28-foot mark. Down to 1:30 to play in the quarter. Starks open from three now, in and out. No good. Smith with the rebound for Montgomery County. He'll push it into the front court now. Crosses over, hands it off to Colin Stark. He'll drive left baseline. Down underneath to Keenan James. His reverse left-hander layups up and good. And it's 32-19, and Bowling Green's only scored 3 points in this quarter once again. Worley, right wing now to Dieters. He eyes the three, guarded by Washington. Nowhere to go for him. Back to Worley on a pick and roll with Callahan at the head of the key. Into the paint, running one-hander up, no good. Rebound to Parker. That's Carson. They've got 45 seconds. Carson, the big 6'8 center, dribbles into the front court and hands it off to Collin. Right wing now to Smith. Inside to Carson. He'll spin to the hoop, kicks it for three on the way, and it's good. Inside out to Keenan James. He bangs home the three. And it's 35-19. Biggest lead of the game at 16 as Montgomery County flexing their muscles late in this third quarter. Callahan looks for some help. Gets it to Worley. Worley right wing to Dieters. Down to 16 seconds. Bowling Green looks lost on the offensive end. Now to Worley. He's just going to fire one from 23. Front of the rim, no good. Parker with the rebound. That's Carson. They head to James. He'll stop. Goes up. They're going to wave it off. They're going to say he was on the floor. He got Worley up in the air. And they could have counted that one pretty easily. But they'll wave off the shot. Montgomery County will have it underneath their own basket with 1.1 seconds to play. James to throw it in. Left side of the lane. They lob it up to Parker. His tip ends up and good at the buzzer. That's the way you draw it up. And it worked to perfection. 37-19. It's all Montgomery. Fourth quarter's next on Eagle 102.
Bowling Green Insurance Agency can assist in all the insurance coverage you may need. With the proper insurance coverage, you can stop sweating the small stuff and enjoy life. Bowling Green Insurance Agency is one of the leading insurance agencies in the Pike County area. Give them a chance and they'll prove it. Call Fred Carlson and get a quote. Bowling Green Insurance Agency. Get connected to a fast-paced world with Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, an authorized U.S. cellular dealer, along with Dish Network, DirecTV, Viasat, and HughesNet high-speed internet packages. Cellular and Satellite Center also carries a variety of TVs and accessories and installs security systems. Get connected today with Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Well, Jim, 6 points over 16 minutes isn't going to get the job done many nights.
26-6 the last two quarters. Montgomery County's outscored Bowling Green 13-3 in each the second and third quarter. And you're exactly right, Mark. Thus, an 18-point lead for Montgomery County, and that mountain's probably too high when you trail by 18 and you've only scored 19. That would be quite a task for the Bobcats. So now they've got to work on figuring out things offensively. They've just been stymied in this last two quarters, and now we're working for the next game and the rest of the season to try and figure it out. Dieters in the backcourt as Bowling Green has it to start the fourth quarter. And that 1-3-1 trap is back. That's what got Bowling Green out of sync in the second quarter. Fleming has it in the far corner in a double team, and he's going to have it tie up, and they're going to call a jump ball, and then Fleming's gave a little shove, and he's whistled for a technical foul.
And Coach Krager went right to the student section and riled them up.
And Fleming's going to probably take a seat as Coach McCann giving him some instruction.
He's a fiery player, whether it be on the court or the football field.
Yeah, he gave that little shiver as if he's a wide receiver, and you can't do that in basketball.
No.
So they're going to sort out who's going to shoot the technical. First of all, you've got the foul. Or did they? I'm not sure they even called a foul. I think they were going to call a jump ball, weren't they?
I think so.
So we'll go to the other end, and Ethan Rakers will shoot the 2 free throws for the technical, and he misses the first.
That's a hard thing to do. Be out there all by yourself.
Yes, it is. He'll get a second. And he misses them both. And so in high school basketball, they get the ball back, and they'll get it at center court. So the technical really didn't cause any damage score-wise. But Callahan back into the game, and Fleming goes to the bench. On the inbounds, they get it to Rackers. He penetrates, now kicks it out to Hutchinson, who's in the game for Montgomery County, along with Ty Lue. His first minutes of the game for the Wildcats. Lue has it in the right corner. Dribbles out of trouble to Hutchinson. In between the circles now, guarded by Starks. Hands it off to Lue. Lue crosses it over. Now gets into the paint. His runner's up, and it's going to go in.
Wow.
Falling down, up and in, and it's a 20-point lead for the Wildcats. What a shot.
When you're right, right?
By the sophomore. Yeah, that pretty much tells you it's Montgomery City's night. Dieter's on the dribble now. He'll penetrate in against Parker, but gets it to Niemeyer, and his shot's blocked by Warsham. He came from the backside, and Montgomery heads the other direction. And we've got a whistle and a foul on Dieters.
Going to be the second on the birthday boy. He hasn't scored since the first quarter. Gavin needs to get himself a bucket.
Second foul. And the inbounds is swatted out and swatted back. Out of play, and we'll do it one more time. Hudson gets it into Lou, and now to Rakers. Rakers on the right wing. Dribbles baseline, pulls up, had a wide open shot. Now they get it into Parker. Back to Rakers. What inside ball movement. Holy moly, and Rakers with the layup on assist from Carson Parker. 3-man game. How pretty was that? And that is 41-19. It's been a clinic since the second quarter for Montgomery County.
This was a Montgomery County team that when we saw them at their home tournament to start the season had some holes. They have plugged those holes.
It would seem they have, as a foul's called on Lou, his first. Bunch of subs coming back in. New players. Ben Miller will get some time now for Montgomery County. Colin Parker along with Hutchinson, I believe. No, check that. It's James back into the game for Montgomery County. On the inbounds, it's going to go off of Montgomery County, they say. We'll do it all over again. They've just turned up the screws on the defensive end, and they've shut Bowling Green down offensively. Dieter's going to fire a deep three from the rim. Long rebound to Starks. He'll drive right baseline, goes up in the crowd. It's partially blocked. And it'll go off the fingertips of Parker. Back to Bowling Green. 5:51 to play in the game. Morley triggers it into Niemeyer in the corner, now to Dieters. Dieters will fire another deep three. This one's off the front rim, no good, and they're going to let it go out of bounds. He listened to you last time, as Smith didn't pick it up that time and get in the trap. Just let it go out of bounds, and Montgomery County will get the possession back, leading 41-29. Or 19, I should say. 41-19. Skip pass over the far corner to Miller. He'll get it to the left elbow. Back to Carson Parker. Skip to Collin. He'll penetrate in, and we've got a whistle and a hand check foul. Going to call it on Niemeyer, his fourth on the pass, and so Montgomery County will have it underneath their own basket, left side of the paint, with 5:24 to play in the ballgame. 15 foul.
Yeah.
On the inbounds, Carson Parker shoots it from the free throw line. It's off the mark, no good. Rebound to Bowling Green. Dieters is going to drive in. He's going to have it swatted away again, but it goes out of bounds. Well, the penetration goes in for the Bobcats with their smaller guards, and the two Parker brothers await, along with Worsham when he's in, and they've had multiple blocks.
I prefer Milton Bradley myself.
On the inbounds, and we've got a technical foul on a coach from Bowling Green now. He must have said the magic words, I guess, because he was standing there talking to the official. And we'll walk to the other end and shoot free throws once again. This time it'll be Colin Parker.
So 2 tees against Bowling Green tonight.
First one by Parker is good. Second one on the way by the junior. It's up and good as well. Well, Bowling Green's kind of lost their focus there a little bit. And Montgomery County is really standing on the gas at this point.
And I know it's frustrating going against a couple of big guys like that. Some bounces aren't going your way, but I think this has been a fairly well officiated game.
Yeah, I can't complain about the officiating at all. It's just you've got 6'8", 6'7" guys waiting for smaller guards to come in there and shoot off of a penetration and a pick and roll that we talked about. And I mentioned that it's probably not going to work, and it hasn't. Parker picks up the loose ball. He shoots an air ball. Starks with the rebound for Bowling Green. Heads up the left sideline. He'll get it to the glass. It's swatted away again by Parker. Niemeyer with the rebound, but this time on the block shot, we're going to have a foul, and that's going to go on Carson Parker.
That's his third.
And George Niemeyer will go to the line and shoot 2 shots. Down to 4:40 to play in the game. Free throws up and good. First point of the quarter for Bowling Green, and we played 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Second free throw's no good. And we've got a push foul on Niemeyer. Bowling Green needs to get their composure together here.
Yeah. Actually going to go on Dieters, his third. And a 1-and-1 coming.
You came up against a good team, and it hadn't worked out, so you got to keep your head and your composure and leave with a little pride. So Parker will go to the line, and he'll shoot a 1-on-1. First one's good. He'll get a second.
Yep, you go home, you watch the tape, you figure out
what went wrong in the final 3 quarters, right?
Yeah, and you try and fix it.
That's exactly right. Second free throw by Parker, rattles around, no good, and rebound to Worley. Worley, this is a good learning experience for Bowling Green, however. They go to the hole, Worley can't get it to go again. Parker with the rebound. One and done. That's been the entire second half for Bowling Green. Guards have penetrated. If it didn't go, that was it. The big boys get the rebound. Montgomery goes the other way. Not much has gone in for Bowling Green in the final 3 quarters. Carson Parker, right elbow, holds it above his head. Dribbles out of trouble. They work around the horn. Smith to Colin Parker. Back into Carson. He'll go up on the block, and we've got a whistle and a foul. And is that going to be on Callahan? It will.
You know, and this may be the perfect time for something like this to happen to Bowling Green. You've got enough left in the season that you can really work on things, and you're going to be at home all next week.
Right.
In your home gym. You're going to be able to practice every day. And
and get some of the Bowling Green tournament magic going for you.
Exactly.
As Parker makes the first free throw, that's Carson at the line. He'll get a second. And it's good. Warsham will return. Parker will take a seat. How would you like to feed those Parker boys? 6'8" and 6'7"? they can probably eat one out of house and home, I'm guessing.
I bet they buy more than a half hog or a quarter beef,
They go to Sam's and buy it in quantity. Is that what you're saying?
Oh.
Worley on the baseline dribble. It's swatted away by Parker once again.
They're going right to the source. They're going to the butcher shop and just saying, wrap that up.
And we've got another technical foul on Brandon McCann, and he's been tossed.
And he'll get a nice cheer from the Bowling Green faithful on his way to the locker room. And he's going to have to sit out the next game, won't he?
Yes, he will. I don't know who they play next, but...
And the student section better back off.
Well, I see a principal over there, and the athletic director runs over. And we've got a timeout on the floor. And let's step aside as well as chaos has ensued here. 46-20, Montgomery County leads it. 3:48 to play in the game. You're listening to the High School Game of the Week on Eagle 102.
The staff at Pike County Health Department, Home Health and Hospice are your neighbors. Here are just a few of the programs they have to offer. Baby Basics, breastfeeding peer counseling, natural nurses, car seat safety, farm safety for kids, maternal and child health, safe sitter courses, and WIC, plus much more. Pike County Health Department is a not-for-profit organization as it is funded by tax dollars. So when you use their services, you're putting your tax dollars to work. To keep up to date, be sure to like them on Facebook. Pike County Health Department, Home Health and Hospice, located in Bowling Green.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102 is brought to you by Community State Bank of Missouri, Family Drug, and Pike County Health Department, Home Health and Hospice.
46-20, Montgomery County leads it. 3:48 to play in the game, and we'll shoot technical free throws. And the first one by Ty Lue is good. He'll get a second. It's on the way off the back of the rim and no good. And so Montgomery County will have it underneath their own basket, or actually at the half-court stripe. After the technicals and Coach Brandon McCann being ejected. And as Misha rules, I believe he will have to sit the next game. Won't be able to coach the Bobcats in their next varsity game. So we'll try and finish this one up here. 3:40 to play in the game. Montgomery City with a commanding 27-point lead. Rakers, now as they work it around to Hutchinson, play a little keep away from Bowling Green to Miller. Miller with the fadeaway jumper. It's off the mark, no good. Saved inbounds by Carter James, and then we've got a whistle and a foul on Dieters.
That's going to be Gavin's fourth.
Just getting out hustled to the ball is what's going on, is with the exception of Rakers, the second group is in for Montgomery County. And the official comes over and has a chat with Bowling Green's assistant.
Mr. Early, Josh Early.
Josh Early. I was having a senior moment there.
Rakers hit the first. Yeah, they're saying he has to sit as well, which doesn't sound right to me.
Yeah, probably is.
Well, he didn't do anything.
As a three-pointer by Worley's off the mark, no good. Out of bounds off of Montgomery County. And Bowling Green will get it back underneath their own bucket. Left side of the paint, Niemeyer will toss it in to Worley. He'll shoot a fadeaway three from the corner. It's no good, and he's going to be fouled by Ty Lue. And Worley will go to the line and shoot 3 shots.
Worley has not scored since the first quarter.
Bowling Green's only scored 1 point in this fourth quarter. First one's up and good. He'll get 2 more. 48-21. 3:11 playing the ball game. Second free throw short. He'll get the third. It's on its way from the rim. It drops. 48-22 to score. Dieter's pressuring Rakers on the far sideline. Now they got him in a double team to Hutchinson. Hutchinson, he's tied up now. Looks for some help. Off to Lou. Lou will penetrate in. He'll go up. No good. The ball's knocked out of bounds. They're going to say it's off of Callahan. Back to Montgomery County. Down to 2:55 to play in the ball game. Rackers in the far corner to Lou on the inbounds. He'll drive into the paint, and he's going to be whistled for the travel. And Bowling Green will get it back with 2:52 to play in the ball game. Into the front court, Dieters now. Kicks it to Worley. He'll shoot it from 23 feet, way off the mark. Niemeyer with the rebound. His putback's up and good. And the ball is out of bounds, or knocked away from the inbounder, I should say, and they'll track it down and get it back to him. Miller in the backcourt for Montgomery County. Across the front court. Now to Hutchinson. Hutchinson penetrates into Miller and outside the arc. He throws it away. Stolen by Worley. Worley's going to the glass. His layup's up and good. And it's 48-26, down to 2:15 to play. In the corner now to Miller. If I was these guys from Montgomery County, if I get it, I'm chucking it. I'm working on my stat line. But so far, they've been pretty disciplined about it. As Lou has it now, and he's going to be fouled by Niemeyer, and that'll be his fifth. And
George.
We'll go to the line and shoot 2 shots, as that's 10 fouls.
9 points for Niemeyer.
Callahan will leave as Drew Bowen comes in along with Deontay Fleming for the Cats. And Ty Lue will shoot 2 free throws. First one's up and good. He'll get a second.
4 points now for Lou.
Second one's good as well. Back comes Bowling Green, trailing 50-26. Starks is going to penetrate in, finger roll layups up and good. His first bucket of the second half. And on the inbounds, we've got a whistle, a foul. And that's going to be on Dieters. And that'll be his fifth.
He fouls out on his birthday with 5 points.
Didn't get that 18 points I was hoping for in the second half.
No, he didn't. Charlie Bowen comes in.
And to the line is Ethan Rakers. He'll get 2 shots. And a timeout on the floor. 50-28, 1:43 to play. We'll step aside as well. You're listening to the High School Game of the Week on Eagle 102.
People's Bank and Trust mobile banking app gives you the convenience of banking from anywhere. Simply download the free app for your Android or Apple device and get started managing your accounts, transferring funds, paying bills, and depositing checks. People's Bank and Trust online at www.pbtc.net. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
If you happen to find yourself looking for somewhere new to get your vehicle serviced, Pogue Ford in Bowling Green is here to remind you they can handle all brands of vehicles. However, if you have GM or Chrysler warranty, they will shuttle those to their sister Hannibal locations to make sure your warranty stays intact. Pogue Ford, serving the communities they call home. Pogue Ford, Business Highway 61 South in Bowling Green. They'll be there for you when the sun comes up.
Eagle 102 Sports on KJFM is brought to you by Eolia Landscaping Supply, Meyer Implement in Calumet, Missouri.
50-28 our score. Montgomery County on top.
Well, I know one guy that's not going to get invited to work the Bowling Green tournament next week.
Probably not.
Minute 43 to play, 50-28 Montgomery.
Rakers at the line. He'll make another free throw. He'll get a second. It's on its way from the rim, no good. Starks with the rebound. He'll penetrate in. He'll shoot another layup. It's no good, and he's going to be fouled by Hutchinson in a game that won't end. And Michael Starks, the 6-foot junior, will go to the free throw line and shoot 2 shots. It's no good. He'll get a second.
This mop-up time could be just enough time to kind of calm everyone down before they hit the parking lots.
Second free throw's on its way and good by Starks. And Montgomery into the front court now, leading 51-29, down to $1:30 to play in the ball game. Lou now gets it to Rakers. Rakers dribbles to some wide open space, hounded by Fleming. Now they get it into Carter James, who checked into the game for the first minutes. To Lou, down to a minute 15. And what are they fouling for? It's beyond my comprehension.
Charlie Bowen picks it up.
Shooting 2 shots, and Ty Lue will get 2 more.
Ty Lue, 3 of 4, shooting free throws here in the fourth quarter.
My philosophy was always when things haven't gone right for you in a game, you kind of want to get it over with and get out of here.
Yeah.
First free throw's no good. He'll get a second. I had a college coach tell me one time in the second half, Jim, quit blowing your whistle. We're getting embarrassed here. We want to go home. Second free throw's no good, so I obliged him. He didn't blow my whistle the rest of the game. Worley dribbles the length of the floor. He'll shoot a layup. And it's good. And full court pressure by the Bobcats. Stolen by Starks. It's good. I wonder what time. We're under a minute as the JV team or second. Well, I think it is partially the JV team as the JV coach is up coaching now.
Yeah.
As Bowling Green still has their varsity guys in the game. They don't have anybody. Well, they got a couple guys that haven't played yet on the inbounds. They'll foul again, and we'll walk the other way. Fouls on Bowen, his second. And Lou will go back to the free throw line. Down to 49 seconds to play in the ball game. 51-33. Free throw up and good. He'll get a second. Lou is a 6-foot sophomore. Misses the second free throw. Worley with the rebound. He's just going to penetrate, and he throws up a runner. No good. Foul's going to go on Ben Miller. And we'll shoot free throws. Cameron Worley to the free throw line. He's 6'2", with the hair. He's 6'4", right?
Yep.
He's a senior. He rattles the first one home. He'll get a second.
Well, if this fourth quarter's done anything, it makes it look a little more respectable.
That is about it. Second free throw, back to the rim, no good. And they foul. Why are we fouling? I think they're fouling just to make this game last longer.
Well, you know what? Charlie Bowen didn't get in until the fourth quarter.
He's already got 3 fouls.
Yeah.
He didn't get in until midway to the fourth quarter.
Yeah. He's getting his money's worth out of this one.
Carter James will go to the line and shoot 2 shots. And that one's just a bit to the right. He'll get a second. It rattles around, bounces high, and goes in. Big cheer from the fans. And back comes Bowling Green. Starks shot blocked from the corner, gets his own rebound, won't go. Second try, third try. Third try is good. And now in the backcourt, Starks is going to foul again.
His first. Well, he didn't get in foul trouble tonight.
That's for sure. And we'll walk the other way. I have some thoughts about this, but I'll just keep those to myself. As Lou will shoot 2 more free throws, and it's good. He'll get a second. 54-36 the score. Second free throw by Lou's good. 22 seconds to go. Will this half end, game end? Worley drives in. His shot's up and good. Turn the clock on. Yeah, they didn't turn the clock on. In the backcourt now. Hutchinson dribbles through a double team. He's going to drive in. They'll kick it outside, and Montgomery's going to try and dribble it out if Bowling Green will let him.
Yeah, I think they let one go against Starks and pretty much said, this game's over. Deontay Fleming took it.
He stole it and early screamed at him and said, don't do it. That's going to do it. Our final score, Montgomery County 55, Bowling Green 38. The post-game show's next on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 post-game show is coming up. Sponsored by Abel's Quick Shops.
Abel's Quick Shops introduces the new Shell Fuel Rewards credit cards. Now with even more ways. With 2. Choose the Shell Fuel Rewards card or the Shell Fuel Rewards MasterCard and save 10 cents per gallon up to 20 gallons every fill-up, plus rebates on non-fuel purchases. Sign up at shell.us/get rewards from Abel's Quick Shops. We're just down the road.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Family Drug is your locally owned pharmacy, and their pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because just like you, they support their community. Family Drug, locally owned and hometown proud on Georgia Street in Louisiana.
Hey, this is Ryan with Mid-America Auto and Towing in Bowling Green, and we've got the lot looking good and ready to go. We've got something for everybody's budget. We have a constant rotation of new inventory, including cars, trucks, and SUVs. Out in your Mid-America Auto and Towing, just off Highway 54 in Bowling Green, is a one-stop shop. Like us on Facebook or check out our website, midamericaautoandtowing.com.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. Time now for the Eagle 102 post-game show on KJFM, sponsored by Abel's Quick Shops.
Well, not a night that Bowling Green will want to remember. They drop both games to Montgomery. The final in the men's game, 55-38. The girls' game went to Montgomery as well, 57-38. So 2 very similar final scores in the 2 games. 2, I think, vastly different ball games, though. Boy, it was just a frustrating night for the Bowling Green men.
Yeah, you score 3 points in the second, 3 points in the third, and you'd only scored 1 point with 3 minutes and 30 seconds to play in the fourth. You just don't beat quality basketball teams with that. And you got to give Montgomery County some credit on the defensive end. They shut Bowling Green down. Bowling Green was on the pick and roll, and the penetrations basically was their offense with Dieters or Worley or Starks penetrating in, and you had the big 6'8" Carson Parker, 6'7" Colin Parker, or 6'5" Max Worsham in there, and they just swatted shots and altered shots, all night. And as a result of that, Bowling Green got way out of whack on their offense and did not have an answer. And Montgomery, even trying to slow the game down a little bit, still was able to stretch the lead out. They led by as many as 27 in the game, and they won it going away.
Very frustrating night. Coach Brandon McCann teed up in this one, tossed from the ball game, so he'll have to sit most likely the next varsity game, and
plus a player with the technicals, with 3 technicals in the game on Bowling Green, so not their finest moment for sure.
We'll take a break and wrap things up here from Montgomery. Again, the Wildcats beat Bowling Green 55-38 here on Eagle 102.
Here's one question that has no wrong answer. Are you going to choose the new Shell and Fuel Rewards card to be used at Shell stations, or the Shell and Fuel Rewards MasterCard that can be used everywhere MasterCard is accepted? With both, you save 10 cents per gallon, up to 20 gallons every time you fill up. And you also earn 10% rebates on your first $1,200 in non-fuel purchases per year at Shell stations. See? You can't go wrong with either. Visit www.shell.us/getrewards and apply today. At participating Shell stations only. Terms and conditions apply.
Hi, folks. This is Eric Schaefer. With sports season upon us, be treated like the pros. If your athlete has experienced an injury during a game or practice, let our experienced sports medicine team at Pike County Memorial Hospital Physiotherapy Department get them back to play. We have 2 locations to better serve our community. Pike County Memorial Hospital Physiotherapy and Sports Medicine in Louisiana and Bowling Green. Pike County Memorial Hospital. Community owned, nationally known.
It's good to aim high, and sports can help children reach their goals. Join Pike County Mutual Insurance in Bowling Green and Farm Mutual Insurance in supporting local athletes. Be sure to catch all the action this sports season. Pike County Mutual Insurance salutes young local athletes and wishes them well. And they look forward to protecting these young adults with strong insurance coverage during what is sure to be a bright future. Pike County Mutual Insurance in Bowling Green.
Eagle 102 Sports on KJFM is brought to you by Ingram Plumbing, Bowling Green Pharmacy, and Mid-America Auto and Towing.
Back on the air tomorrow from the Tony Lanzini Palmyra tournament as Van Far, the 5 seed, will take on the top seed Monroe City Panthers in the semifinals, the men's championship semifinal. Big test for Coach Pat Conaway and the Indians.
Well, we've seen both clubs, and that could be a doozy. That could be a doozy. We expected this one to be a doozy. It didn't play out that way.
Oh, it was a doozy, all right.
Well, that's true. It all depends how you define doozy. But,
the best thing is, don't even look at the tape tonight. Hit the pillow, wake up tomorrow, then kind of look at things, find out where you went wrong, and build from there.
No question. That's what they've got to do, move on. You still got a lot of season to play. Actually, that's game 14 if my calculation is right, so you still got 11 more games in the season, assuming you win a game in the Bowling Green tournament. And then you've got districts and what have you beyond that. You've got to, occasionally good teams lay an egg.
Uh-huh.
It happens.
And this is a tough place to play.
It is. It's a tough place, and these guys are 12-2. I mean, you're coming in here, you're not playing somebody that's chopped liver.
Yeah.
They just won a tournament last week, so it's a quality team and a tough place to play. Sometimes this happens. You got to move on.
Well, congratulations to Coach Basinger, Coach Krager on 2 wins tonight. Bowling Green's back to the drawing board, and we'll wrap things up here. 58-38, the final in the men's game. Again, the girls score, Montgomery 57, Bowling Green 38. For Jim Ross, I'm Mark Fronix, and we'll see you tomorrow for more basketball right here on Eagle 102.
You've been listening to high school basketball on KJFM Radio. Eagle 102 Sports coverage of high school hoops was brought to you by Abel's Quick Shops, Bank of Louisiana, Calumet of Missouri, the Oleo